Welcome back to another episode just off the plate. We continue season 3, episode 37. We got Armando. I'm Cody. Joining us tonight, manager from the Houston Hardball League Panthers, Dale Kaiser. I said that right?
You got it right.
Welcome to the show. Gentlemen, how we doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. How about you?
Good. I forgot to ask, but wait, that's his last name? Yes.
Well, you know what's funny is when I called him, he called me, "Hey man, where'd I go?" And he says Kaiser, right? He's like, "Oh," I'm like, "Oh, that's right, that's his last name."
Yeah.
Because when I was announcing the show today, I was like, "Hey Dale, from the HHL Panthers," and I was like, "What's his last name?" I was like, "Man, I don't want to text him, go, hey, what's your last name? That'd be weird." So I was like, "Man, I can Google it," but I'm like, "Man, I just everybody knows Dale from the Panthers. Everybody knows what's up." So,
but we like to be official here.
We do. So I'm glad you came through with it because I didn't have it.
If only I could come through at the plate like I do that way, that'd be great.
It was tough, man. It was a tough game for you.
Yeah, for some people. They're not for some people, I should say.
So some people run into the ball. You got fucking 4 home runs, right? What are you gonna do? So,
Dale, you got a couple teams, right? In HHL, I see Panthers everywhere. So I just assume you manage all of them.
Well, I do. I run the 30-plus Panthers as well as the 40-plus Panthers.
Okay.
I try to manage strictly in the 30-plus and not play. Obviously, I have to play every now and then, but, I try to do my playing in the 40-plus since I'm a little bit older.
Yeah,
a little bit. But you play well for your age. I mean, I've always said that. I mean, I'm 42 and you're 50.
I'm 55.
Yeah, 55. So I think you play very well. I mean, I think, I hate to knock some people down, but you play better than some of these guys in 30 and up league. So
I appreciate that.
Which is why he's 55 and still plays in the 30 and up, right?
I agree, man.
But that also begs the question, you're 55 now. We know there's a 55 and up league. Are we going to see a Panthers team? Probably not.
No, but I have played a couple of games up there.
Yeah. Okay. Did you have an open division team at one point?
Well, that is originally what the 30-plus Panthers they're playing now was the open division.
Okay.
And since the weeknight open division folded, that's part of the reason why we came to the 30 with that particular team.
Okay.
So the whole division folded, is that what you're saying?
Yes, there is no open weeknight division anymore.
Is that because of because some of these leagues it's the league gets smaller because of the fall and stuff. Is it because of the fall or
No, it was strictly there was only 3 teams trying to make the league work.
Oh wow. And
Joe we just couldn't form a 4th team out of everything. And then it got to the point where the Rockies were going to drop out. And they
were one of the better teams, right?
And they were. It was pretty much the Panthers or the Rockies every season.
The Desperados were in there too, right?
Desperados were there. And they were a good team. It was competitive.
Yeah.
A lot like the 30 is now to me.
Right.
But the Rockies, they're an older team. They were playing in the open, and most of the guys were in their late 40s to 50s.
Really?
Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
And these guys were very talented.
Is that a North thing, or what's the North League? Is that the open division?
The North, Joe formed it because he saw a niche there for the open division Sundays only. He saw the age group only wanted to play on Sundays.
Okay.
And, only having 3 teams, losing 1. Desperados were, from what I understand, wanted to move to the Sunday only. So that left me. And I already had 3/4 or more of the team playing on Sundays on other teams.
Right.
So
yeah, that makes it tough.
That was the only choice, was to move them up, which is part of the age discrepancy, is we were wavered in guys because that division folded. It wasn't because the Panthers wanted to have a bunch of 27-year-olds playing.
Right.
It was we wanted to keep it. The league wanted to keep a team alive.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously my 30-plus team at the time was built of 40 and 50, 60-year-olds. So we moved up to the 40.
Makes sense.
You know, the reason I ask you, because you've been in this league a long time, as long as we have, maybe even longer, and you have numerous teams. So you know a lot about HHL. And when we see you with these different teams, we're thinking, what they almost have a farm system. Like
Right,
he's grooming
right.
these guys, then they come in and they just start whipping everybody.
Yeah, I know, man.
That's
I
what
mean,
It's what it seems like.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen that
Yeah.
way.
but
But
it is funny because you do.
I wouldn't say that about your last season. I mean, you did make it to the championship game.
Yeah.
You had some good seasons, though.
well, you know what's funny about that 30-plus team that I have now is 3/4 of that team are all friends. Played high school or college ball against
Chemistry, yeah.
each other or with each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's how that team was built. It wasn't I went out and handpicked these guys to come play for me. You know, they did it themselves.
Right. Well, that always helps when you got chemistry within the team, right? That means that people are going to continue to play together, right? When you have fun together and if you had history together, you will continue to stay on. Now, what kind of sucks is if one leaves and all of them leave, right? That's
This is true. You know.
But other than that, it makes good chemistry. It
Yeah.
makes good chemistry, and they recommend each other. Right? Hey, come to my team, and especially if they're a good ball player, like, hey, come to my team instead of going into that team. Come to my team, and then you better your team.
Well, you know what's funny is there was 2 guys that the core group of my team wanted to come play. Both of them were 27-year-olds.
Right.
And I had to tell them, no, we can't have them. They got to be 30 to play on the team now. We had the waiver for the guys that were on the roster, not for new guys.
Right.
So we got guys coming.
It's farm league, right? There it is.
That's it, yeah.
Dale's farm league. I mean, and if you think
Building
about
them
it, if he has he has 8 open, 30, and 40. I mean, you got basically, you know, a big investment into Htown Hardball, right?
Well, I did, but of course, I've only got the 2 teams.
Yeah,
I don't
there's
have
no
3,
open anymore,
but
so
you know,
But you would if there was.
I probably wouldn't have the 40 if I had a open.
Oh, got you. So two's your max.
Two, trust me, 2 is
That's
over
enough,
the limit
right?
for somebody.
You know, it's
that's 4 games a week if you don't play on the weekend, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And my schedule right now is Tuesday through Friday for the next 3-4 weeks.
Yeah.
And
How long you been in HHL?
I've been somewhere around 98, 99s when I started with HHL.
Well, you got us beat by a wide margin.
what was it? Would you ask him?
How long he's been in HHL?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
98,
Well-
99.
Oh, shit. 98 and 9 shows you in high school.
Yeah, me too.
Now that makes me feel old.
But, you know, here's the thing, man. I always appreciate competitive players, right? Like, across from me, right? Like, you're making me step up my game, right? And then when I see an older player, then I aspire to that, right? I'm like, hey, man, like, I want to still be playing the game as competitive as he is when I get to his age, even though, like Cody knows this, we're the older guys in most teams, right? You know, so they look at us like, oh, you boy, fucking 42. Well, dude, you're gonna be playing softball when you get to my age because you don't take care of your body. So when I see someone like you, I'm like, well, he's been doing some shit right. Although I understand you hurt your shoulder, but still, for the most part, you still play the game.
I still play the game, and I feel like I play at a decent level. You know, probably in the 30, I feel like I'm just below average. But, you know, still can swing the bat,
For sure.
you know, and
Well, that's all you got to do in these leagues. You put it in play, and a lot of good things can happen.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's it, man. Let them make the errors. Let them, mess that up. So I mean, I think at the end of the day, I mean, I think you and then you catch. To me, I've already said this shit. It's the hardest fucking position, hands down, is being a catcher. So, the fact that you can play all the positions, including catcher, it's amazing. So to me, and manage the team, because I can't do. I didn't know it 3 seasons, 2-3 seasons, and Cody was helping me. I'm like, fuck this shit. Same for me. So
The hardest part for me is managing and pitching.
yeah.
You can't. It's hard to do both. I almost, when I'm pitching the game, I try to relegate that to the managing of the game to somebody else so I can just concentrate on
Who's your go-to
my part.
guy?
Huh?
Who's your go-to guy?
Probably Eric, my catcher.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because it's good to have somebody that you can rely on, bounce some decisions on, or like you said, I'm concentrating on my next pitch, how I'm gonna deal to this batter and that batter, and what they've done before, and maybe move my stuff. So there may be something that you're missing that Eric, we'll call him unofficial assistant, can see and call out. So
Exactly.
I think it's important that everybody have sort of an advisor. If you don't want to be called assistant manager, be called an advisor, right?
Consultant, yeah, whatever
Consultant.
you wanna
What do you want to be called, Cody? Consultant. You consultant.
An assistant manager. That's what they're there for.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. He wants the assistant manager role, but yeah, you need somebody to kind of bounce it off. And I think the other thing to think that's really cool, man, is that you get your wife to go, and she does the book.
You know, it's funny. I've been playing in men's leagues since '85, and we've been married for 36 years. And she started keeping score somewhere in there, and she's turned into loving the game of baseball. Like I say, for her to take me to an Astros game for our 36th wedding anniversary says it all to me.
It does. She's doing, and I think I tried to. I mean, Cody's probably heard me say this, but I'm like, hey man, the married guys, the guys with the girlfriends, I'm like, hey, you gotta involve your girl into this game, because this is something that you love, right? There's something that you do for your wife or your girlfriend that she likes that you go do, right? We all do that, right? I take them to dinner, go watch a play. I have no fucking idea. I can't run that shit here, right? But the important thing is that you do stuff for her, so I think it should be reciprocated. Like, hey, this is what I love to do. Come watch me. And I do believe that when you keep score, it gets you into the game. Like, regardless of where if you're a fan, you're a ball player, you get immersed into the game, especially when you do the old, with the book, like the, by hand. I think.
I imagine that's what she does too, the old school way.
She used to. Now she does it right there.
Yeah.
No shit.
The iPad.
She's
Okay.
the iScore.
Yeah.
Really? Oh man.
That's part of the reason I brought it is for stats. If I needed to go back to.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So I gotta, because every time I've looked, I don't look all the time, but I've seen it. It's always with the book. So. Something this season, last season?
A couple of seasons now, at least.
Wow. Maybe I just didn't pay attention.
Now, she'll sometimes be over there teaching the grandkids how to do it on the old school book.
You still need to learn the basics, right? You
yeah.
Yeah.
And the oldest grandchild loves the game too, and is trying to learn keeping score.
Yeah, and it's a here's what's interesting. Like, iScore is beautiful, right? Because you got on the game stats. You know where the ball went. You know where the guy hit. You know what maybe his average is or whatever, or how many pitches you have. Stuff like that as a pitcher. But there's some sort of like lost art in doing the book, right? Like I like to sometimes go back to it. I've been a nerd. I've sat and watched an Astros game, and I just kept the book, to keep my skills up.
Well, that's a good way to learn. Yeah,
it is. And what's funny is when I started with my son's game. Somebody's like, "Hey, does anyone know how to keep the book?" And they put in me, "Hey, Armando, you know how to keep the book?" And I'm like, "No, hell no, I don't know how to keep the book." Like, well, you play baseball? Yeah, exactly. I fucking play. I don't fucking do the book. I've always been good enough to fucking play, not have to do the book and shit. So I don't know what it. But I watched a YouTube video. And I started watching it, and I kind of got involved in it. But it makes you pay attention to the game a little bit more.
Yes, it does. And she would rather keep it on an old school book, but the stats being right there, right then, helps so much.
Well, that's why these leagues do it, because it's so easy to upload the stats, right? You don't have to go and manually do it. You just import it. It's already there. It tabs everything. ERA, whatever, slugging, all that stuff. Yeah, you don't have to manually do it.
It's for us, it's a pitch count mainly.
Yeah.
And what's great is it'll do a paper book for you. Like if you want to
look at it that way.
Setting,
you can look at one that way. Yeah.
If it helps you understand it better, yes, it makes you. And I think I'm glad to know that you're doing it by that, because there's in other leagues, because we play in multiple leagues. There's some people that refuse to go to the book. They like, I'm gonna do I want to do paper book. But at the end of the day, it's like, I get it. You're that's how you learn. But hey, you're never too old to learn. And then there's benefits to doing that, because I could tell you right now that in HBA where we play, most guys, when they're keeping that book like that, like in 15 minutes, boom, the book is up. Everybody knows who pitched, what your stats you did, you know what's going on. So I think it's super duper important that more leagues go into the electronic book.
I wish that we would make it mandatory for all our teams in the HHL.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, it would simplify things all the way around.
It would.
Now, granted, I have a hard time getting this to upload, but that's probably because I'm old.
But here's
one thing at a time.
One thing at a time, exactly.
But here's the thing, like I break down employees like this: can't do's and won't do's, right? You can work with a can't do, right? I don't know how to do this. I can't do it. Show me and I'll do it.
Right.
But the people that refuse, like I won't do it. Well, you know, I don't need you around. You know what I mean? So I definitely like that you saw the how effective it is to do that. And I think a good comment that you made is that I also wish HHL did do it right off the bat. You know, it'd be great because you could see the stats. I mean, nothing. I'm sure out of all the teams you ran, I know you got guys in there that think they're here, but they're really here. And then when you show them the stat, they're like, "Hey, dude, you're here." Like, I don't care what you think, but you're here. I don't care how many almost home runs you got, but you're right here.
Stats don't lie.
Stats don't lie, man.
Stats don't lie, no doubt.
Well,
Man.
Congratulations on your anniversary. I
Yeah.
think that's great that you found someone that enjoys it as much as you do, and I see why you've been playing for that long.
Exactly.
You definitely hit a home run with that
For
one.
sure.
No
Thanks.
pun intended.
Yeah, no, I mean, it because I've seen guys that can't play because why? Oh, my wife. I'm like, dude, you got 6 other fucking days to do whatever you gotta do. I hate to say it this way, but you got 6 other days to do what the fuck you want to do with her. This is our day. I need you here. Come on. And to me, I look at it as a job, right? You're, like what we talked about earlier, it's a piece of the puzzle. I need you here. You're a piece of the puzzle. In order for this team to win and be successful, I need you here. And I know it sounds selfish, and I've said it through all my seasons here in the podcast, but it's only 3 hours. Like, give me those 3 hours. Dedicate that time to the team. Let's win some ball games and create some memories. You know, and so.
And you know, like I say, this many years of a lot of good memories of my kids coming out to games, grandkids now. Part of the reason I don't play weekends is the grandkids now. They've got things that I want to go watch them do.
Yeah.
So,
and I think that's what's interesting. That's what's good, right? Houston has so many leagues that you can make it work for your schedule. I mean, Cody, what do you always say? Hey, you sign up for Saturday League. For the next fucking 14 Saturdays, clear your fucking schedule.
Don't do anything.
Don't do anything. You're not doing anything for 2-3 hours, and plan your day. But you said, hey, this was beautiful, right? Another beautiful thing is like you got your wife out there, doing the book. She's there every game. I don't think I've ever seen her miss any game that I've been in. Then you're like, all right, I want to see the grandkids do the thing, so I'm gonna play during the week. So you knock out what you love, and then you're still doing what you love at the weekend. So you're benefiting on all ends. Where some people are like, well, no, it's all or nothing. I said, no, you could pick, what day it is, but you got to dedicate your time to it, and you'll be a manager. You know that, hey, man, if you say you're coming, you better show up. Better be there. And we'll get into what, some bad stuff that happened in the championship game on that one. But
one of the most important things, you eliminate a task in the dugout, right? That you delegate a responsibility to someone who isn't playing, who isn't managing. Let that person do the book, and you don't have to worry about it. We always struggled when we had 9-10 guys. Hey, can you keep the book? We're home team. We're supposed to keep the book. We couldn't keep the book. All right. So that has to lighten the load on your end.
Oh, it's a blessing, no doubt.
Yeah. Because I know with like he said, we would, when he would help me run the team. It's just like we only trusted each other because sometimes we hand off the book and the guy didn't. There's people, no matter if it's an electronic book or paper book, don't know what a double is, right? They think that a single with an error is a double, or a double with an error is a triple, right? That they've had the stats unknowingly, right? But somebody that knows what they're doing with the book and does it correctly, it helps everybody. And one of the things I used to tell players, I'm like, look, you're bitching about me about stats, but then you don't want to learn that. You don't want to help me with that. When I'm in the field, he's in the field. I need somebody I can rely on that knows what they're doing with this book. So at the end of the day, if you don't do that, then we all get bad stats.
Exactly. And I've actually got stats from another team because my wife couldn't be at that game.
Mm-hmm.
If they got on base, it was a hit. There was no errors. So keeping a book properly means something too. Yes.
Yeah, because otherwise the stats don't mean anything if you're not taking if you're not taking the right stats.
Yeah.
You know, all of a sudden,
And you can't use them to help your team or whatever. You know, you
Yeah.
see your weaknesses.
because if everything's a hit, then then those are
Everybody's
all.
batting 1,000.
Yeah, the guy's batting 1,000, and your pitcher's getting his ass whooped, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
no, he's like, no, those were fucking
Yeah.
errors. Those don't go against me.
And inflated ERA is the end result.
Yeah, you know, and that's what some people understand. So it's also not as important to put somebody behind the book, but it's also important somebody knows what they're doing. And so, you know, and also when people bat out of order, you know, people bat out, and if the scorekeepers on the book are right, hey, he's at batting out of order, and then depending on the league, that's an automatic out, you know.
We've had it.
Yeah.
She's caught it several times.
Yeah, I bet, you know. So that's when I know she's paying attention. So I think like you said, man, you hit a home run with that one for sure. You know, not every guy here they only got a girlfriend, they still can't do that shit. You know, so I think that's cool, man. I think that's good.
Well, speaking of HHL, and you want to talk about some games,
Let's
maybe?
get in there.
I know they haven't played a lot. You know, we had a lot of rain recently, but since you are in HHL, let's talk about a few games.
Sure.
So the 30 and up, which you guys are still a part of, you haven't played yet, but there's been one game, I think, in the last 2 weeks. So no one's played anymore since then. So let's move. There's no more open division, right?
Right.
So the 40 and up. Well, we do have the 35. You guys in the 35?
No.
No.
That's a weekend only.
Okay. So the 40 and up, looks like there was only 2 games. You guys had one of them,
Correct.
and then I think the Cyclones had 2. Yes.
They got the
So-
lucky two.
Yeah. So they're even at 1-1. You guys lost to the Hurricanes or the Cyclones?
Cyclones.
Okay.
We lost to the Cyclones, and
How'd that go?
I learned a lot.
If you want to talk about it.
No, I mean, for me, the first 2-3 games of this particular season, because I've got a lot of new guys.
And speaking of new, 40-plus Cyclones, that's a new team.
It's a new team.
They were in the 30 up, you know. A lot
They
of
were
those
in the
guys are
30
older. He
and-
decided to move.
And the 35 on the weekends.
Yes.
So they were doing both and have moved up. They're a good team. They've got some good players. But I was also feeling out my team, trying new guys out, pitching. Figured out I've got a couple of pitchers there. So
Which is normally what you do on the first game of the season, right?
exactly.
Like, you got to play some new guys. Okay, let's see what you can do before we, get mid-season.
Well, and especially when you've got 50% of your team is new. You've got to find out what you got.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I did that too. Like the first, this is my philosophy, and this is good because you got a lot of teams and you've been around a while. But like my philosophy when I was the manager was I would concentrate on OBP. Right, that's what the book allows you to see, OBP. Right. I don't like average because average doesn't tell me how many times you get on base. I don't care how you get on base as long as you get on base, right? Because the guys that can score you in will bring you in, and those are runs. You can't have a run without people on base, right?
You got to get them on base.
You got to get
first.
them on base. So if you walk on, whatever, you get hit, I don't care. As long as you get on base. So I'd always tell the guys, okay, you got 3 games before we kind of finalize the lineup, right? Or where I'm gonna sit, kind of sit you. But I would say, I'm looking at OBP. If you walk, I'm good with that. So if you're good at taking pitches and do that, that's not me. But if you're good at that, fine. Take your pitches, get on base. That's good for me. I know that's not good for your average, but I'm looking at OBP. That's perfect for your OBP. And if you get on base, I'm good with that. And at the end of the day, when we would have after the 3 games, I would kind of go, okay, this is where my lineup. This is where I think you're strong at. And of course, here's another thing you struggle with, right? You got the guys that I'm a number 1 hitter. I'm a 4-hole hitter, right? You got those guys, right?
The egos.
The egos, right? And I was like, I got to tell them, look, man, I ain't got time for that. You might be a 4-hole hitter. You might be a 5th-hole hitter, but I might put you up or further back a little bit because I don't want my 7, 8, 9 to be dead. I don't want those to be 3 outs. I need to mix it up a little bit. Do you do any of that or?
I do early, but when
Early in the season?
Early season. But when it comes down to crunch time, I pretty much stack the top of my lineup. And, yeah, is 7, 8, 9 for me, that becomes a bonus if they do get hits and get on. I normally put myself towards the end, 9-10.
Any respectable manager probably will do that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get fussed at in the 40 for doing that.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, they believe I belong.
Upper.
Oh, I got you.
I get you need to be in the 3-hole. You need to be the guy in the 3-hole.
Yeah.
And
It might be hard to manage, batting 3, 4, right?
Well, I get what he's coming from, right? Your team respects you, knows that, hey, because here it is. At the end of the day, if you're a good player, and I think, and I know you are, that if you don't bet yourself in the right spot, you could be kind of hurting your team a little bit, right?
you're potentially hurting your team.
Yeah.
And what I'll do generally, again, towards the end of the season, if I'm hitting in the upper part of the lineup as far as average, I'll start putting myself up in that 3, 4, 5. And it's worked. I mean, it keeps guys happy if I can get enough at-bats for people sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what it kind of that's what you have to fight with, right? With hey, I'm the manager, but I want to get your at bats, get you up there. But I do agree with you when time for playoffs or time for important games. Hey, you got to earn that spot because I think Carlos does it. I think most managers who are very competitive will do that. Like, hey, the best 9 are up here, the best 10 lineup is up here, and you got to earn that spot. You've had the whole season to earn that spot to put, say that you deserve it, and
Exactly.
the stats don't lie, right? Because you showed them, like, hey, man, look.
And I get criticized sometimes for batting too many guys at the first part of the season.
What's too many guys?
Sometimes I'll bat the 13, 14 guys that are sitting there.
Oh, wow, okay.
But by the same token, if I can get enough at bats to all those people, I, at the end of the season, can figure out where everybody is in their respect to the team and the order.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you got to do as a manager. You got to try and get everybody as many bats as they can, so you can see what you got.
You got to see what you got.
Yeah. And if you don't want to get that reputation of you always putting yourself above everybody. Like, well, this is my team. I don't care about you. I'm gonna do what I want.
Fuck
right?
your feelings.
Because we've seen this, right? We see managers
Oh.
starting like leading off and pitching, right?
Yeah.
I mean, how many times have you seen that?
I've seen that, man. I've seen that, and it is tough because I can argue in all different fashions, right? I'll be like, okay, I get what you're saying. Let's put all of them in there, but I'm like, at the end of the day, I want to win, so I don't need to have a long lineup. Like the max I usually bat is 10, right? So I hope I don't have 14, 15 guys, right? I hope because of this. That's I'm gonna juggle, but at the most I bat 10. But I do agree with you. You need to see them. I need to see what I got. So that's why for me, I won't bat. I know Cody stepped back a few times. Say, hey, I'm not gonna bat. Okay. So and I appreciate the guys, the veterans, and be like, all right, let's step back a little bit. Let's see what these new guys can do. Let's see what they're about. You already know what I can do. You already know what he can do. What these new guys can do. So, but at the same time, I'm kind of battling like, well, man, I want to start off winning. You know what I mean? I want to start. I ain't trying to start off losing. I want to start off winning. So. It's like this weird juggling act,
It is. It really is.
Well, in HBA we do play scrimmage games, and those are really helpful. Typically, we'll get 2 in before the season even starts. This year was tough because it was, all the rainouts. It was so backed up. It just fed right into another season. But
Yeah.
that's what's kind of nice.
I've done it in the past.
Yeah.
But it's so hard.
It is. It's almost like you struggle to get enough guys for a regular season game. Then it's like, well, this is a meaningless game. Can you come and play? So I can understand the frustration. Yeah.
And that's again, like he keeps going back to, is like, you as a manager, you're sitting there trying to have that balance. Like, how do I keep everybody? And you can't keep everybody happy.
No.
There's some people that you're like, dude, I know you're man because you're not getting enough playing time, but have you took a step back and looked at yourself and seen how many errors you had, how many throwing errors you had, how many base running errors you had, right? Because those cost too, right? Like you're sitting there you're not being aggressive enough, or you get doubled up on something, I mean, there's a bunch of stuff that some guys just don't look at and go, that adds up. I can't count it. To me, especially when you first get on the team, like I hate to say this way, but when you first start off, you got to keep your errors and everything to a minimum, right? I'm not saying that when you get a veteran you can just fuck off, but it kind of feels that way, right? It kind of feels that way a little bit, right?
Well, you get a little leeway, right? Because you're not under the microscope like you are when you're under,
exactly. You're not under the microscope,
team,
but also sometimes these guys come out there and they try too hard.
Yeah.
And
they get hurt. Or you see them make a mistake that they can't. They can make that play. Yeah.
You can see they can make that play. They just tried a little too hard, got a little too aggressive, which I like aggressive baseball play.
Gotta take some chances.
That's how you get to the top, is trying hard.
Yeah. I mean, I think at the end of the day, if you got a guy that can is busting his ass and you see he's trying hard and he's just gonna maybe knock the rust off of him. He's been a while. I mean, I know what we've seen over the past few years is we'll draft a guy, strong arm, good pitcher. I think of the first two times, it's almost happened to us every year, but the first time I didn't say it to him, and the guy threw out his arm and didn't even make the first fucking practice game. I think he threw out his arm. So now my speech is like, look, man, I know it's been a while since you played. Take it fucking easy. It's longevity. We're trying to play this. You're trying to play this game for a long time, right? Take it easy. Longevity, stretch. Do what you need to do. Ease in. Go into this, because almost every year we lose a few guys between our team and other teams where they get hurt and then you never see them again. So it's a game of, we're getting older. We're not 20. You know what I mean? You're gonna pull a few muscles. Things are gonna hurt. Shit, the other day, what was it? Saturday's game?
Oh yeah,
Saturday's game. I'm over there explaining a play to the pitcher. We're just talking. I'm like, it's like, oh, you should have done this. And I said, well, if I'd have done this, I would have done. And it was a simple just turn, and I swear I felt something weird on the side of my. It was the most stupidest, simplest play. That was just turning around. I was like, oh shit, that hurt, man.
It wasn't the actual play that hurt him. It was the mimicking of what other people thought he should do.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I didn't do it, because I just hurt myself.
And I was going in super slow motion. I was like, how did I get hurt going that slow? But it's when we get old, man.
Yeah.
And
it's because it was after a game, right? It's after the game, your muscles have cooled off, right? And then you're trying to do too much.
Yeah,
it's like a quick action.
It just put me in check. Dude, you're 42.
Yeah,
you're 42. Calm down.
Still young.
Right, I get you. And when I'm around people like you, yes, that's young. But when most of the guys we're around, they look at us as dinosaurs. Oh, you're old. I'm like, whatever, man. I'm still probably play better than you, so I'm not worried about it. So but
he's got more hair than you.
That's what gives me that edge of running faster, man. But you know what? I haven't been stealing bases. Everybody's been getting on me about hey man, you haven't been going. I'm like, I don't have my confidence anymore, man. And I need to get it back. But I'm just like, hey, I'll let somebody hit me in. Go old school. Hey, let hit me in. So, but look, we got Hector right here. He's you know Hector. He played on the Legends. He's another old school guy. What do you say? Biggest problem is people don't warm up right either, and it's true.
It's true. I probably don't warm up correctly.
I was about to say that. There's probably 80-90% of the guys don't warm up properly. You never learned, or not that I know, but
I just never had to warm up the way that most of the guys do properly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I agree with
to
them.
get out there and get loose and feel good.
Because it takes a long time, right? I would imagine it probably takes a good
longer
hour.
now to get loose than it ever has, and I probably need to start going through those stretches process and all the stuff that.
I know for me, when I got hurt 3 seasons ago, my first thing the doctors told me, my massage therapist, hey, you need to stretch, everything's tight. So I was like, okay, and I started stretching, and it's it really helped, because like you said, we didn't. Our coach probably told us how to stretch. We're young, fuck this shit. I ain't got time for that. I'm gonna go, hit, go to the, BP or whatever.
It's not fun to sit there
It's not.
Lay on the ground and do all this.
I do my stretches right here. I spent probably a good half hour. I'll put a game on and I'm just stretching before I get to the game because I'll do it all right here, and then I warm up and throw and stuff. But I'll do it here, and I will be late just so I can stretch because I don't want to get hurt again. And I never did that when I was young. Now that you're older, you just got to do it.
Yeah. Well, if you make it a routine, it stays with you, and it's going to help in the long run.
Yeah, it does. It does. I agree with that. So we did HHL, right?
We did. You guys are supposed to play tonight, right?
We were.
Postponed.
Well, it worked out for us, man.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, so like I said, not much in HHL. We can move into HBA.
Yeah. Then we'll come back to the championship game. Yeah, I think we'll leave that with you.
Yeah,
hey, but you made it though.
It was a good game.
Yeah.
We watched it. It was a good game.
Yeah. So we're going to go HBA?
Yeah, we'll do HBA. I was going to say the 35 and the 35 and up on Sunday. They've only played 2 games, so we can get into. You want to do Friday?
Yeah, let's do Friday. Friday we have some good games.
Yeah, 3 games. Perros and the Eagles. So that's interesting that every game is Friday night, and there's 6 teams, so there's only 3 games. And that is just the number of fields that we use because they're all at the same time.
Yeah.
So one game's at Spring Spirit, the other Memorial Ashford, and then the other is Northland.
Yeah.
So the Perros beat the Eagles 6-3. Cyclones and the Hot Shots, much anticipated game. Cyclones won 4-2.
Yeah, it was a good game. And
the Naturals beat the Los Fatos 10-2.
Yeah, Vatos are struggling, man. I don't know where they came from, but they're definitely struggling. I don't think they've won a game, if I remember correctly, but they're definitely struggling. I mean, I don't know if it's... You've seen a difference playing day and night, right? Like, night lights. I mean...
I'd much rather play during the day.
Yeah.
But, yeah, there's a difference between the two. I mean,
there's something to be said about playing under the lights. Like there's nothing like it.
It's right here.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
it's getting to play.
Yeah, it is. It is. And on a Friday night, if you walk away if you're a guy that likes to go out on Friday and you play baseball and you get that W and then you get to go out and do whatever you want, it feels great. Now if you lose, then you have to drink your sorrows away, right? So. But I think it's fun. I enjoy.
So you're drinking either way? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying the drinking is different, right? How you feel about the drink is a little bit different. Yeah. Like that one time when I think I ran into a home run and I went to go see Cameron and he's like, "Oh, you're only out here because you hit that home run." I said, "Well, first off, I already said I was gonna come, but yes, I do feel better about that fucking home run because I'm still old and I can still fucking do it." So. It felt good. So, but
it makes the shots taste better, I would imagine.
I think I did take a shot. I'm not a drinker, but I did take a shot because I had to celebrate. When you get one, I've seen you hit a couple on some of the games we've been in. So
it's been a little while,
but yeah,
I still got the pop.
I still got the pop, man. You put it in the wrong spot, Dale's gonna make you pay for it. So we're waiting for Cody. You hit a couple though. You hit a couple. I know we don't like to talk about almost, but you've hit a couple that were. They're pretty far. So.
Yeah, almost is nothing.
Yeah, like Omar would say, almost is nothing. Leaving the stats in almost.
Almost is an out, really.
Yeah. Right?
It almost fell out of his glove.
It started off in center, but then it went foul.
Right? Yeah. Wow.
We had a play.
We played during a hurricane, evidently.
I got to be careful. I say a story because I'm going to say the dude's name, but he used to always say, "Hey." It started off in center and then it went foul. And I said, yeah, it started off in center when the fucking pitcher threw it. But when you fucking hit it, it was going fucking foul, man. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
it's a baseball, not a golf ball.
Yeah. So it's but everybody has a way of looking at baseball, but almost is almost.
So the hot shot game.
So Hot Shots, we finally got their first loss, and then I played on the Cyclones, so it was a good game. I think it was a great game. They Jesse and all them guys, Josh, it was a great game. I mean, they weren't sour about the loss. They were like, hey, it was a good game. what it should be, right? Competitive.
Competitive. Yeah.
Two good teams.
Two good teams. And we gave them a fight. I mean, even at when we were up 4-0, I felt like it really was. I felt like it was 0-0. Might as well been, because it was just, with the legend that the Hot Shots have is like, hey, they're gonna come back. They're gonna figure out a way to get these runs back. And they got 2 runs back, and we were able to hold them. But their pitcher, the pitcher was a little wild, missing his pitches, and it was we took advantage of it, because sometimes when because the pitcher they had a reputation of throwing 92. I don't think he was throwing 92. Anybody out there want to correct me if I'm wrong, but if you can throw 92, even when you don't throw 92, you're still up there, right? So
Yeah.
you can have a tendency as a batter to give in to him too much when you're swinging that shit. He had this one pitch, I don't know if it was a slider, but man, he got me like 2 or 3 times with it, and other people with it. Like you were swinging here, and the ball was like down here, and you look stupid. Like, what were you swinging at? And it was a good pitch. I mean, he wouldn't throw it as a strike, but because he had that fastball, and then he had that slider that kind of dropped off or whatever it was. It was definitely hard to read. Like you said, it kind of goes almost from the same slot. It was almost down the same pipe, and then it just dropped off. And when he got me swinging, I was like, God damn it, this motherfucker made me look stupid.
Any good pitcher is gonna make you look stupid.
Yeah,
right.
for sure.
That's their job. That's what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, and they rolled him out. I think he went to like 150 some pitches.
So the stats show he had 143 pitches.
Yeah, 143 pitches. Yeah.
The only stain on here was he had just as many walks as he did strikeouts.
Yeah,
which was 9.
Yeah, that's
9 strikeouts and 9 walks.
Yeah, that's a tough game to win with walks. I mean, he gave.
But that's still a lot of strikeouts, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean,
he like I said, if you were patient and you could wait for your pitch. I mean, some guys squared him up. I mean, Pedro squared him up. I can't remember. There was a few people that squared him up pretty good and got some runs in, and those runs came in early. I mean, our 4 runs came in the beginning. If you take that bad first inning, I don't know what kind of game it turns out to be. But but here's the thing: what we talking about? Who fails less, right? They were failing at the beginning, and we took advantage of that. And so we were able to get those runs, and after that we didn't score, but we kept them at 2. 2 runs, but his pitcher, he walked me twice, and then I got a ugly single.
Did you?
It was an
okay.
ugly, it was
Because I see another ugly stat under here for you.
Oh, I got thrown out. Yeah,
I see a CS.
So it was controversial. It was controversial. And here's the thing: at the end of the day, umpire called me out. Right? That's all that matters, right? My opinion doesn't matter. Umpire's opinion matters, right? But it was Sergio was behind the plate, and Sergio did his thing, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Sergio's a very athletic, catcher and scrappy. He's scrappy, and he threw the ball to second. It was like a wild pitch, and it bounced in front of him. I took off. When I'm taking off, man, I'm like, what am I doing? I feel sluggish. Like, I'm like, dude, this. And just looking at the body language of the second baseman, I was like, oh, that ball's coming. Like it's like it's there. So my only move was to slide to the back of the bag, like way out, and just stick my hand out. The ball beat me. The guy put the tag down. I was nowhere near the tag. I went behind it. So then he had to slide his hand back, and I already had touched the bag. He tagged me, and then he went up with it and said, hey, I got him. He showed the umpire. Well, the thing was it didn't matter because I was out. But I slid off the bag, and I had to grab the bag again because that's how far off I had to go, because Sergio made a great fucking throw.
Yeah.
Great fucking throw. If I slid your typical slide, it's an out. I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out. But I came off the backside, and I thought I was safe. A few of my guys thought I was safe, but at the end of the day, he did his thing. He got me out, and we kind of bantered back and forth. But it was a great throw, and sucks. That was like my only attempt. I'm like, fuck this. I knew this shit again.
Well, in these leagues, if the ball beats you, you're already kind of beat, right? Because there's no replay, right? There's not an ump at the base typically. Maybe it's second, right? But we're only dealing with 2 umps.
Yeah.
So if they don't have a clear view and the ball's there, you're probably going to be out.
Yeah, and I'm not mad at the umpire. It wasn't like
Yeah.
an egregious call, like, oh man, that was just a terrible. Like he completely missed me. No, the ball beat me. He laid the tag down. He just didn't, like you said, making that swipe, and then in our league is not gonna.
That's what I'm saying. Like you
If
try
the
that
ball
close
beats
stuff,
you-
it's not going to work.
90% of the time, he's still going to call you out.
Yeah.
It's
And you know,
It's tough to make it close in this league.
it is. And my thing at the end of the day, I should have ran faster, right? Should have got a better jump or something,
Yeah,
right? But
yeah.
but my hat off
Or
to
pitch it.
Sergio. Huh?
Or take another pitch to steal on, maybe.
Well, the thing is, no, it was a wild pitch. It just stayed right in front of him, and he
Yeah.
just fucking Now, at the end, he could have easily sailed it, you know,
Mhm.
threw it off and been saved, right? But he put it right on the money, right where it needed to be, and so my hat off to him on that one. But you know, everybody went off on that. Everybody knew that was an important game, and you know, the hot shots coming into HBA. I think, you know, that game kind of set the tone a little bit of saying, hey, you're not going to walk all over everybody. You know, there's some competitive guys here. And so, and I think they want that, right? You know, you don't want to walk all over everybody. You know?
as a manager, player, I want everything to be a good game.
Yeah.
Win or lose, a good game's fun.
Yeah.
Either way, it's fun.
It's fun.
It's when a blowout happens. To me, it's not fun either way. If you're on the blowout side or the losing side, win or lose, a blowout's not fun.
Yeah.
I think we had this discussion before after we just lost a really close game, because that means, damn it, we had a chance to win and we almost won, right? There's that word again. We almost won, but we didn't win. So it's heartbreaking versus if it's a blowout, you knew you had no shot from the beginning. So it's almost easier to swallow, right? We've had this conversation before.
Yes,
So,
we have,
yeah.
dude, we have, and it's
So really, you can look at it from both sides.
You can.
you,
As a player, that close game, even if I lose, it was fun during the game.
Yes.
Afterwards,
Mm-hmm.
I can agree. It's
Especially
tough to
if, you know,
swallow.
if it comes down to one play, and then if you're the guy that you know missed that ball or you struck out, and you're like, damn, you know that hits hard on you,
yeah.
because you know, yeah, you could have scored more runs at the beginning of the game or whatever, but when it comes to that last play and it doesn't get made, and you're that guy, it's tough to swallow.
It is. It is. It really is. I mean, we've had this argument.
We talked about it earlier.
Yeah.
My error is the reason we ended up in the losers bracket to begin with.
Yeah.
And that was tough to swallow. I think that game was 3-2. But if I had made my play, it's still a 2-2 game, and we were still playing and still in it.
Yeah. It's tough.
But
you know,
it's still fun.
it is.
Yeah.
And you guys made it. You guys made it a close game, and you still made it to the championship. So you know you can't say too much bad about that. I mean, you know, it's just a game of who fails. Like you said, it's exactly what you said. Who fails less, and then who can capitalize on top of those errors. You know, sometimes you can recover from those errors, and sometimes you can't. And that game right there, I don't remember too many errors, but there was a lot of close plays and two competitive teams, and I think it gave a good show. I mean, we all, there was no argument, there was none of that. It was very like, hey man, hats off to you guys, and it was great. So, good game.
Yes. Should we talk about the game? Let's do Saturday.
Let's
real
do
quick,
Saturday, and then we'll talk about
and
the
then
game.
we'll talk about the game. You know, speaking of going the distance, your guy Coulter, he went the distance too.
Oh
From
yeah.
what I see here, yeah.
One more thing, I got to shout out Coulter. Coulter was dealing. I mean,
Yeah.
Coulter was dealing. I mean, you know, to hold those guys to only 2 runs, you know, and he pitched. I think he pitched almost the whole game, right? Last inning he came out, or did he pitch the
Well,
whole game?
he's the only pitcher
Yeah,
on here.
he pitched. I can't remember. Yeah, it was the whole game.
122 pitches, 10 strikeouts, and 6
He
walks.
was having those guys off balance. I mean, they weren't really squaring them up very well. But you know, I was actually getting concerned because I get concerned after the second and third time they've seen that pitcher. I get concerned like, hey, they're gonna start squaring them up. You know, this is gonna hit gaps or might go over the fence, especially because almost all these guys can go yard. So we did well, and you know, we played smart. I mean, that game ended up in a double play. Sergio hit a line drive to short. I'm playing second, and
wow.
we were talking. We had the discussion, right? How do you tell your player, hey, throw to your base without saying it too early, without giving the hint to the runner, right? So there's we talked about a story where you said it too early, and you fucked up the player because now the player's thinking about throwing it to that base, and he drops the ball, right?
Oh yeah.
And then you got other ones where, like, you can also say it too early. He still catches the ball, but you say it too early. Now the runner, oh shit, I need to get back, and he gets back, and you don't got a double play.
Yeah, you're gonna tip somebody off.
You tip somebody off.
Yeah.
So that particular play, line drive to short, and right when he catches, I'm like, hey, two, and then I stretch out like a first baseman, and we get him out, double up, and we're done. And they had a man on second, so you know what? Those guys can go yard, so they go yard. That ties up the game, and now we keep going. So I think that we got lucky with that double play, and it worked out great.
That's just like when you're on first base, right? And the first baseman isn't holding you on for some reason because he forgets, and you're about to steal, and someone in your dugout yells, "He's not holding you on!"
Yeah, no shit, dipshit. We all knew that.
Well, he is now. Thanks.
Yeah, he is now. Thanks a lot. Yeah, yeah, we've had those guys too with big mouths like that. But it's it's the name of the game, man.
Mm.
It's a game of inches. That's what we said, right?
So let's talk about Saturday. What are we in? Week 5. Although some of us has only played 3 games.
Yeah, we got 2 rainouts in that Saturday league.
Yeah. Padres over the Braves 16-2. The Hellcats over the Marlins 11-3.
Wait, who? Hellcats beat 11-3
over the Marlins. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. A game we saw, Redbirds and Pelicans, 2 good teams going at it, winning the extra innings, but the Pelicans came out 8-6.
Yeah, I saw that game, the Pelicans and the Redbirds game, and it was they went into extra innings, and like you said, and they're battling back and forth, and the Pelicans answered with the base hit, and then scored I think a run or two in, and they were away. And then they held on the Redbirds, so it was a great game. I mean, it was...
Sounds like it.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you want, right?
That's what we want.
That's what we want. We want a great game. And so I was hoping for a walk-off, but it didn't happen.
Yeah. A couple home runs in that game. We love to shout out home runs.
We do.
Elijah went yard. Matt Wolf went yard.
Yes, he did.
Yep.
Yes, he did. I had to go, are we talking about the same Matt Wolf? But we were. I was like, that guy went yard? But congratulations to him. I posted his home run on our page. So
also, one of the Marlins went yard. Lucas' husband? Must be a new guy.
Must be a new guy. I don't know.
Yeah. So the next game after that, Twins, they shut out the Bandits 13-0.
Oh, wow. And somebody got hurt in that game, right?
Yeah,
That's the one that
yeah.
That guy broke his leg.
Broken leg.
Yeah, they said it got like he has to go into surgery now.
Yeah.
I mean, he broke his leg. I mean, his leg was just hanging out. Yeah, it was a collision at the plate, and Andre posted on the manager's chat that it was not a dirty play. It was just wrong place, wrong time type of thing. And unfortunate that he hurt himself, and hopefully he recovers and comes back. But sometimes when people get hurt like that, they don't come back. Cody came back from a bad injury, but
I did. I wasn't gonna let it get me down.
Yeah.
But I mean, a broken foot. Yeah. Pins and needles, I'm sure. Next game, Pirates and the Cyclones. Boy, what a good game. Pirates beat the Cyclones 11-8 on a walk-off grand slam.
Walk-off grand slam, and we never led that game too.
Yeah,
we were always chasing them the whole time.
Yeah, the only time we led was when the game was over, pretty much.
That was it.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters, right? We have to get more points than them, right? More runs than them.
But if you're gonna tell me or ask me what team that would be against, I would tell you the Cyclones, because that's what they do. They score runs. They either match you or they keep you down. And, they don't score a lot of runs, but they score what they need to. And, it was tied all the way through. They led early, but we kind of clawed our way back. We had 4 home runs in that game.
5? Was it 5?
No, it was 4.
4 from us.
They had a home run?
And that's what I'm asking. Is that what you're counting 5? Okay, so it didn't have a home run. There was only 4 home runs.
Yeah.
And there were no doubters, too, man. Those motherfuckers just went.
And they were both from the same guys. Josh hit 2 and Raul hit 2.
Was it 3 and 4 or 5 and 6 hole?
It was 3 and 4.
3 and 4 hole, right? Yeah. Yeah, I mean I mean those guys are beasts, you know, and what's interesting is that they walked Josh, because at that point Josh already had 2 home runs. He was 3 for 3, I think, that day. He had a walk, 2 home runs, and a single. So they walk him to load the bases up, which is baseball, right?
Smart baseball.
Smart baseball, right? But you're picking a different. You're still taking poison, because right behind him was Raul, right? Which he had already hit a home run, and everybody who knows Raul knows he's a threat to hit a home run. So they know that, we know that, everybody knows that, and you know, he gets a pitch that he fucking puts over the fucking fence, you know, and but again, it comes back to comes back to, if you don't get people on base, you know, that home run is just a solo home run. It's just a whatever home run. But
like their first 2, and they went back to back, and it was solo shots.
Yeah, solo
As
shot.
a pitcher, those are the ones you'd rather give up.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, I think at the end, I'm gonna say it again. At the end of the day, that is exactly what you want to give. If you got to give up one, it's got to be the solo, right? Nobody wants to give up the grand slam, you know. And you know, but I love that, because it's a walk-off grand slam. He comes in clutch. We needed that. I mean, how many outs did we have? 1 out? No, we had no outs, huh?
I think there was 1 down.
Oh yeah, David.
Yeah.
David hit a shot to left or center. Center, yeah. And he got out, and then, you know, I got on, the next guy got on, and then boom, it goes over, man. I mean, it's just, that's it. But it was a great game. I think we all can go, hey man, you know, even if we lose that game, it's like, dude, we battled back, we came back within a run. Great game, you know.
And it's never easy against that team.
No, it's not. I mean, they're
they had their number 1 and 2 guy on the mound, so it was you know, if you weren't hitting, it was a struggle against those guys.
Yeah. I mean, and I was able to get on base without getting hit, so. So I had 2 RBIs. I got a single with 2 RBIs, but didn't hit me this game, so I felt good. Who knows this weekend was gonna happen, but I walked away this weekend without getting any hit by pitches. So
hopefully that streak will continue.
I hope so, man. Because, you know, when we were playing the hot shots, and this guy, was supposed to throw 92. I'm like, shit, I don't want to get nowhere near the high 80s or low 90s to get hit by this shit. Because one of your I think one of the hardest hits I got hit was one of your pitchers a couple seasons. It was cold, and he just he hit me right in the arm, and I felt like my soul just left my body. I'm like, oh my god, this fucking, because everybody was like, dude, that dude's throwing hard, and I'm like, yeah, I just got fucking hit. Yes, I know he's throwing hard.
You don't have to tell me.
You don't have to fucking tell me, man. I'm like, well, but when you get hit like that, you gotta take it like a man. Gotta
at least try.
Yeah. I was trying not to, like,
don't rub it.
I was gonna say, I don't think in a ball game I've had that problem, but sometimes when it's thrown that hard, you think about it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The Avengers, they won big over the Colt 45, 17-5.
What?
The Avengers beat Colt 45 17-5.
Wow, 17-5 on Colt 45. See,
Yeah.
that's what's amazing. Anybody can beat anybody in any day. Like, there's, you got some teams like, hey, I think that team's gonna win or whatever, or that team's a solid team, they should win. But anybody can beat anybody in any day, and I love that. I love that because it keeps you on your toes, right? You go in there, even though I go, okay, I think we theoretically, on paper, we should be able to beat these guys, but I'm not going to sleep on them. I'm still going to play my best. I'm still going to put the right 9 guys out there, put them where I need to put them, because I don't know. Because last season, we went up against some old buddies of ours, and theoretically, should have been a W. Nope. Beat our ass. Beat our ass.
Baseball,
exactly.
And, it's all about how the pitcher's doing. If they're hitting the ball, they're slapping it, there's nothing you can do. If they're seeing it, they're seeing it. If he's not hitting the spots, and that's the way it goes.
Yeah.
Which I imagine that's what happened with the 45s and the Avengers.
Yeah.
Because Colt 45s, they're a good team.
They're a great team.
That's 2 playoff teams right there.
It is. And so I'm they did their thing, and so I'm happy for them. But it's you just don't know when you look at the score, like, oh shit, they beat them. Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that one.
And the last game is the Ironbirds and Aviators, and the Ironbirds won 10-6.
And we saw a little bit about that game, and
Yeah, I caught a little more than you guys, and it was actually a really good game. It was tied almost to the last inning, right?
really,
Yeah. And what had happened? DeSilvani, he actually had 2 home runs in that game.
oh, did he?
Okay, the first one, went over the fence. The second one was actually an inside the Parker.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And Memorial Ashford?
Yes, and I'll tell you why. Because I couldn't really see the left fielder, but what I gathered was that he thought it was tied, and he thought the game was over after they score a run, right? I don't think he realized that there was still another inning to be played. So he didn't get the ball. Everybody just rounds the bases.
Oh, wow.
And that was like I think it was a grand slam. It was a grand slam inside the park.
So we had 2.
Ouch.
That's bad, right?
Can't say I've heard that one.
Yeah.
Hey, were you the one? Were you the one that was? Cause now it's starting to come back to me. Somebody was talking to me about that game. Were you the one that was telling me that the umpire had said this is the last inning?
No.
Okay, so somebody told me that.
Yeah.
Somebody at that game told me that. What happened was,
Right. That's what the player heard, evidently.
and that's what the players heard and said. Hey, I think it was Ronte. Ronte was because Ronte plays for the
Yeah.
Aviators.
He was pitching actually.
Yeah, and Ronte told me because I saw him on Sunday, and he had said that the umpire said, "Hey, this is last inning." But here's the fucked up part: they were off by a whole half hour. Yeah, exactly. Like how the fuck you get it that wrong?
Yeah. They had like 25 minutes left
Yeah.
after that.
And so the player goes out there with the mentality, this is last hit, this is done, and that's why they had to in the field in the park grand slam. So there's 2 grand slams that day, huh? One.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure it was either a 3-run homer inside the park. It feels weird to say that, but I'm pretty sure the bases were loaded.
Wow.
Yeah. If
And
anybody knows.
Giovanni's not the fastest guy either, so.
Well, when you don't get the damn ball, anybody can make it home, right?
I guess it's true. I
Yeah.
guess it's true, right?
I mean,
Yeah, I would think so.
yeah.
Right.
When you start walking to it just to bring it back in, so you don't leave it out there.
Yeah, I know, man. It's just, it's just hard to believe, but yeah, especially because I can understand it in Northern Christian because it's pretty deep. Northern Christian is pretty large field, so you could.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah, I agree, but
This was like down the line, left field.
wow.
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, it was almost like it should have been probably a double. Like it was a grounder on the infield, like through third base.
Oh, and it went. Oh.
Yeah, it wasn't like a line drive shot. It was just through the left side.
Yeah, and and it's baseball. It's just baseball.
And it's heartbreaking for the Aviators because they keep losing games like that. I mean, they're a good team. They had shout out a couple home runs. Dustin Fuller had a home run, and so did Ryan Waddle.
And we watched some of that game, and I remember going, "Oh shit." The Aviators just went yard, like, oh
Yeah.
wow, and I mean, and from where we were at, you could just see like players doing this, like whether it was a hit or a home run, like they were just like, okay, like, oh man, they're putting up a good fight against Ironbirds, so it just sucks.
5 of their 6 runs came from those 2 bombs.
Oh really?
Yeah, one was a 3-run, the other was 2.
Yeah, and yeah, that sucks for the Aviators, man, because they're a team that just loses by 1 run, 2 runs, and so you're like, okay, you just gotta make a tweak. Where's the tweak? Where's the tweak at? What do I do? Is the pitcher in there? Am I putting my hitters not in the right spot? Are we making base running errors? What are we doing? And it's just tough. That's what he was that's why I kind of agree sometimes. I'd rather lose by a lot because you're like, man, I had no chance.
Yeah.
There's no second guessing at that.
Yeah, well, when you have a lot of those games in a row, it gets really tough to handle.
Yeah, it does, and it gets harder to get people to come back, right? The next season, right? How do you keep holding a team down like that? So, but it is what it is, and then you just got to move forward with it. So,
and it's tough to come back 4 runs, against the Ironbirds.
Yeah. Especially when you got DeSilvani up there. I mean, that dude just...
he started... I think he started pitching at the end there.
Did he?
Yeah.
DeSilvani?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, man. It's good to see guys that... I didn't even know was a pitcher. I thought he was just a third baseman.
No, he pitched in the Cyclone game at HHL, remember?
Did he?
Yeah. Maybe you weren't there. Maybe you weren't there.
No, I think I was there. I remember... Well, yeah. I remember playing against... Yeah, you're right. I remember playing against him... with the Cyclones, but I don't remember him pitching.
Yeah.
But he could have been good.
Yeah, he came in at the end.
I
I think he hit Chad.
Did
yeah.
he?
Yeah.
He hit Chad. That's funny, dude. Congratulations to Chad. He's just he had a baby. I don't know if it was a boy or a girl, but he had a baby.
All right.
So he's a new dad. I think he has other kids, but I think that's his.
A new one's always fun, right?
It's just gonna get in the way of baseball, man.
We'll see how it
Or
affects
add
his
to
life.
baseball. You never know.
That's
Yeah,
true. It's
yeah.
true. It's true. It's true. Well, we were talking about that Xavier who plays for you. What 2 seasons? He played for me on the Pirates, and 2 seasons ago he was like, "Hey man, I'm about to have a kid. Like this is it. Like I'm not playing no more and shit." And we're like, "Oh yeah, okay, man. Well, would appreciate if you come back. Let me know you want to play. Get at me." And then I still see him the next season. I'm like, hey, what the fuck? I thought you were gonna play, And then it almost seems like he picked up more fucking teams to play on.
Right? Yeah, he's playing more.
Yeah, it's like he's playing more, which is good for him. But it's just funny. He went from like, you're not gonna see me ever again to like, shit, you're actually playing more fucking games now. So
Is that what happens when you become a dad? You're like, oh, I can't deal with this. I gotta.
I feel like that might be his escape, right?
It can be an escape. There's no
Yeah.
doubt. I know he's not going to play the fall for us in the 30.
Oh, he's not. He's gonna take some time off.
He too much baseball. So
Yeah, he's playing a lot of baseball. I mean, he's playing, Reda. He's playing HHL. He's playing Saturday HPA, and then I think he was even playing in another Mexican league on Sundays too. So
Is he doing Friday also?
yes,
yes, he's
Yeah.
no, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
We're teammates.
Yeah.
We're teammates.
Yeah.
Yes. Cyclones. Yeah, we're teammates. Yeah. So dude plays a lot of baseball. So now it's becoming a big thing. Now before it was like, I used to sit there talking about all the leagues I played. Now I'm like, I might not even playing enough leagues compared to some of these guys. So
Yeah.
it's good to see though, man. There's a lot of baseball in Houston. I mean,
there is now.
there is, right? There's a lot. I mean, you got weekdays. I mean, almost pick any day of the week. There's the game you could be playing on. So, I think it's good for Houston. Especially with so many freaking rainouts that we get. Because if all we did was play on Saturday or Sunday, it would suck. But you got all day of the week, you can pick something and there'll be some kind of game going on. Especially if you get the right age, right? If you're like, I think we're 42, so I can play in the 40, the 30, the Open League, and all the other leagues, right?
HBA, yeah.
HBA, so it works out good. Let me get into the Obrera League, and then we're going to get into the championship game. So Liga Obrera, we still got looks like the Ramones are on first place, 9-5. Shout out to them. They're big fans of the show. Blue Jays are 9-6. Gulf Coast Indians down to 7-5. Houston Rays 6-4. Flying Chanclas 6-6. Potros 4-8. Reds 4-9. Cuba, oh shit, Cuba got their first loss. They're 6-1. Oh yeah, you know what? They had to forfeit. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they had to forfeit this weekend. So they're 6-1. Hot Shots are 7-2. Thunder are 4-2. Bombers are 5-5. Alianza is 1-8. Padres are 1-8. I got to see it's a Thunder. Yes, it is Thunder from HHL.
What's that record?
Thunder?
Yeah, what'd you say?
It's 4-2. It's not. It's not the Thunder from how they dominate HHL, but it's Carlos and a few of the guys. Well, it's like anything else, It's like anything else. Is even like the Hot Shots, right? Like, or teams that play in other leagues where they're very successful. Sometimes when they go to the other leagues, they lose some of the core players, right? Because I don't play on the weekends, I don't play on the weeknights or whatever. So it's kind of tough to say, hey, yeah, it's the same Hot Shots, it's the same Thunder, it's the same Panthers, from whatever, because it's like, well, no, because it's different age brackets or different day of the week. I can't get all my core guys to show up. So it is what it is, but it is some of it is Carlos and the Texas Thunder. But I got to watch the Ramones game in the Gulf Coast Indians. I'm going to go shoot that one live, and it was a good game. I mean, it was like 3-1 for a while, and then I think they lost 6-5. But a couple of your players, and I forgot their names, but your pitcher,
Joseph.
I think, yeah, I can't. Hopefully Jordan can tell me who they are, but I know I think two of you guys were there.
I think Joseph and Nick both played.
Yeah, I think I know I was talking to Nick, and probably was Joseph, but both those guys were there. They played for the Gulf Coast Indians, and it was like I said, it was a 3-1 game, and then the home run kind of broke it open. But it was a game double play ending inning. They made an error. Didn't happen. Didn't get any of the outs. Not loaded up, but put 2 people on base. Next guy goes yard, and boom. Do you make that double play? It's a wrap.
Ball game. Yeah.
Ball game, right? Or well, not ball game, but it was end of the inning.
End of the
End in the inning, right? But you can't do that. I mean, it was a good feed. It was a good feed. It just came out of his glove and bounced out or whatever, and they didn't make the double play, and then the guy goes yard, and then now it changes the dynamic of the game. And shout out to Ramones to keep the fight in there. I mean, they kept going and pulled through, and Gulf Coast Indians were coming back at the end, and it just wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough, and they're playing some smart baseball, but baseball's baseball.
That's where errors and walks will kill you every time.
Yeah, for sure. So, but shout out to Ramones for taking that, and I think they finally knocked out the Gulf Coast Indians out of first place. Because they're sitting in third, so I think for like the whole season they were sitting there at first. So just a matter of time. I mean, you can start off strong. It's where you end up, right? I mean, there's a lot of teams that start off like bad. You're like, hey man, what the hell happened to you guys? You guys were last year's champions, or you guys were in the playoffs or whatever. And now you guys are like 0-2, 0-3. Well, yeah, okay, we have a little bumps. Let's see what happens at the end. Let's talk at the end. So I think.
Well, that goes back to what we were talking about. If you got new guys, the first couple games, I need to see what I'm working with. And I think that's probably happening to a couple teams. Like you said, it's where you finish. That's why we don't really get into the standings at 3 and 4 games, because you just don't know.
You just don't know. You just don't know where it's gonna go. But I think definitely right now is a good time to get into the. 2 weeks ago, right? Is it 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago?
Shoot, I don't.
Yeah.
2 to 3 weeks ago.
Right.
There's been so much rain.
Yeah, exactly. And then we just dodged just a hurricane, so I think that worked out good for everybody. But so we had Carlos on for Thunder. They got the 30+ HHL champions for the 6th time, if I remember right. And you guys were in the playoffs, and. Kind of one of the big questions that everybody's been asking is, you had 8. So what happened there?
Well, we only had 12 eligible players, and
eligible players for playoff, right?
Eligible for playoffs.
What makes them eligible? I forget. 4 games.
They have to play at least 5 games.
5 games. Okay.
And when you say play, that's just an at bat.
At bat,
or
just
defense.
Show up, defense, bat. Just got to be there for.
You can play one play and then leave?
One play and then you leave, and you're eligible at that point.
Okay. Because I thought at one point it was an at-bat, but maybe not.
As far as I know, it's just there to be
play
part of the game.
And I think it should be that way, by the way. Even if I think I heard that too, what he had just said, that it had to be an at-bat. But I feel like you're taking away. Sometimes you have like POs only, right? Like they don't bat, they're just gonna pitch. So it's like how can you exclude them from the playoff eligible? They don't bat and they don't want to bat,
Exactly. So. And for me, at some points, I think I've had guys that have been playing for me for 5, 6, 7 years. They missed the deal by 1 game, and it's like, but they've been on my playoff roster 6 years before this,
Yeah.
I think that, but the rule's a rule.
Right.
But between work events, one of them ended up with COVID.
Oh, wow.
Got tested positive that morning. And the 2 others on vacation. So we were 8 players, and
you do what you can.
You do what you have to do.
Yeah.
And the Panthers of about 12 years ago, we won a championship with 8 one time. Yeah. So it can be done. I think we put up a good fight.
Yeah, you did.
It was a good baseball game all the way around.
A little shaky at first, but definitely.
It was shaky at first. We having to have the old man start instead of one of the young guys.
Hey, can you explain that too? Because I know a lot of people are questioning that too. Like, hey, why did Dale start?
Well, the guy that came in after me, Nick, doesn't start. He wants to come in after. We also wanted to try to extend him, try to get him
Makes sense.
where he's
Smart.
deeper into the game. And that's what we did. I don't feel like the 6 runs are indicative of how I pitched necessarily.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But it is what it is. It's what happened. We didn't make some of the plays that we should have made, probably. Some of that was the dusk daylight,
That park is tough, because I play outfield there, and there's a span of 20 to 30 minutes where you really do not want to be out there.
Exactly.
Because you lose it, and unfortunate for you guys, you happen to be there with only 2 outfielders, and I think they lost sight, I know at least twice, maybe 3 times.
There was 2 times, and I think 2 runs each time.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we had a mental breakdown a couple other times, and it could have been a 0-0 game if the plays are made. But you got to make them.
Yeah,
that's bottom line.
And I think that's I think what you said earlier, the runs, the score at the beginning was not indicative of how you were pitching. I mean, like I said, I saw some errors in the infield. There were some bad plays in the outfield. So, I mean, and I guess we can talk about the Jimmy home run, right? But that's separate. That's what 1 run, 2 runs, or something. I don't even know if
you should anticipate he's probably going to hit a home run if you play him, right?
Yeah,
so,
correct.
Yeah.
And I think that I don't remember if it was a solo or 2 or 3 run home run, but
It was solo.
Solo, right? Yeah. So hey, like you said, fine, you let that go, but it shouldn't be 6, and there was 6 because of errors and different things that go along with it. And of course, you have an 8, right? Because you have to put these guys in a certain certain spot. So,
and I mean, technically, there was no errors, so they were all earned runs,
right? But it's routine plays
that should have been made.
Yeah.
So, but baseball again, that's what it's about. We came back.
Oh yeah.
We put up a good fight.
Heck yeah, dude.
Having the old man catch was a little interesting, but
it was. But let's talk about that play that Cody witnessed. I thought that was fucking cool. I'm mad that I didn't get it on video, but you pitched, and then you went behind the plate, and Nick throws pretty hard, so you're doing a really good job. There wasn't that many pass balls. I mean, there was whatever you want, ball pitches, pass balls, whatever you want to call them. There wasn't that many, but I was saying, damn man, Nick throws and his ball moves, and you're doing a good job catching them. But you had I think both attempts at a pass ball to score from home. You got, I think it was 2 or 3.
It was 2.
There was at least 2.
At least 2, yeah. Both of them you got them out, but one of them you threw behind your back. No look pass.
No look throw.
What, that just came to you or what?
I knew I had to get it and just get rid of it. I don't think there was anybody else on base, so
it was worth
take the shot.
Yeah.
And
I was right there. I was watching it, and what I saw was the ball gets past you, right? It hits the fence. It's come back. You grab it, right? But your hand slips a little, right? It doesn't. It kind of rolls over the ball, and I'm thinking, oh, okay, he's going to be safe. But then you quickly recover, and I'm thinking, you're thinking, I got to throw it now or never. I have no chance to even turn around and try to make a good throw or focus on the throw. I'm just going to pitch it. Because I realized I kind of bobbled it, and then I need to get rid of it.
I knew I had to get rid of it quick.
Yeah.
And there was only one way that I was going to do that was without looking.
Right.
And
because you were certainly pressed for time. And it went right where it needed to go.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking about it was a perfect throw. He just caught it and had to bring the glove down slightly. And it was out. It was close, but it was a legitimate out both times because we had it on video. We stopped it. We froze the frame, and you can clearly see the glove is on him before his foot is on the plate.
It was a great play, and what's crazy about him throwing behind his back is that there's fucking people that can look at the picture and still can't make that good of a throw.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he did it from behind his fucking back.
When you showed me the video, I couldn't believe it was that on. I mean, it was just right where it needed to be.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But even the second one, all right? There was another one. Even the second one, was a little unorthodox. You were almost laying down. You had your head turned around, but you kind of sidearmed it, right? And
but I could look at that one.
right,
and
you
that
could
one,
see it, but it was still unorthodox because you're almost laying down, right? You're almost laying down, kind of throwing it, right?
Yeah, and you got him out.
Yeah.
I mean, we
and
looked
it was that throw was where it needed to be.
and here's the thing. What kind of sucks is that's a hard play for an umpire to see, and he saw it.
Yeah.
We were
He was
there
on top of
we,
it,
we
yeah.
were there with video, right? And it's one of those things where like the umpire doesn't get those kind of credits, right? Like he made the right call. He made the right call.
He made two good calls.
Two good calls, right? But what sucks is when you're on the when you're on the you didn't like that call because it didn't go your way, you get upset over it. And I'm not saying the Thunder got upset over it or anything, but I just think that I like to talk about those things because we always talk about bad plays that umpires make, and I think that sometimes the good ones go because that's I mean,
Yeah.
when you watch that. And when you watch that in real life, like just one shot at it, no slow motion, no look at it from this angle, just right on top of it, and you see it, and he made the call, and I even told umpire, hey, confirmed it, hey, I don't think I would have told him he got it wrong. I wouldn't have told him that, but I confirmed with him that he made the right call.
Yeah, it's nice to give them that affirmation. Hey, you saw it correctly.
Yeah.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Keep doing what you're doing.
And it looked like to me he was getting in good position from what I saw. And that's
it's
all
just
you can
like
ask
right
for an
on top of
umpire
the plate.
is getting where he needs to be to see it.
Yeah, but even sometimes, because there was a lot of dust too that came up. Like even when I was watching, I'm like, man, we had to really slow it down to kind of look at it and go, hey, did he get it? Because it was just bang bang.
It's bang bang.
It's bang bang, and so that's why to me that's a very good example of an umpire who, saw what he saw and he called it correctly. And here, you went back there, you grabbed it, you threw it out, and stopped two more runs from coming in. Two more runs. So I think what was in the score 7-6 at the end?
It was 7-6.
7-6. And so it was at the beginning wasn't looking too good.
You almost could have wrote it off. You're like, oh well, I was expecting a good championship game, right? But Thunder's already up 6-0, and his guys aren't even here, and Dale's throwing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, no offense, right?
No,
it's like, but you have a number 1 and a number 2, right?
I've got probably one,
1,
two,
2,
three,
3,
and 4.
Right, and for some reason, they're not here.
Right.
Or one guy can't start, right? That's not his thing.
And basically, my number 1 had pitched the game before, was not available.
Yeah.
He was there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And my number 2, his shoulder was hurting to the point that he was having a hard time throwing the ball, much less trying to get up there and pitch.
Yeah.
So it didn't have to be me, but felt like it was the best shot we had, considering I'm a pitcher. The other people that we could have put in pitched some, but felt like I was the best shot of us and keeping the defense where we needed them to be.
Right.
Because sometimes you put some of those other
throws.
guys in there, it changes the defense.
It does.
Right,
It does.
right.
It does. It does change the defense. You got to put him here. You got to put him there, and like he's better third baseman or second baseman, or he's a better right fielder, whatever. Yeah, you're right. I think it looked questionable at the beginning, and that's why I wanted to have you on the show, right? Like, hey, why? What's the rivalry? Because it's easy to sit back and try to quarterback this from from where you're at and go, oh, second guess somebody, right? And go, oh, this is why you did. No, there's a rhyme or reason why you made those decisions that you made, and those decisions, the reasoning makes sense. Hey, this is what I want to eat up some innings and didn't want to mess with the defense too much. And although it may not look like a good decision, I was there. I seen some of those plays should have been outs. So had those outs been made, it's a different game, So I think you could have put your ace up there, and those outs could have not happened too. And then you're like, what the fuck am I gonna do?
Yeah.
So I don't think it was necessarily a bad decision. It just was different, right? So I think it's worth talking about and understanding. But you guys came back. You guys didn't give up, and I think X started the inning, was able to get 4 runs in there, or start the inning up and then get the 4 runs, and then a couple innings later, Ronti comes back, hits that single, ties up the game.
We tie up the game.
Yeah, your
had the-
bats came alive. Your bats
Yeah.
made up for any kind of defensive inconsistencies that you had.
we had the bases loaded there
Yeah,
too. You
Yeah.
know, so and we didn't get any out of that.
Yeah,
particular one.
let's talk about that call because I forgot about that call. I don't know if you remember, but we had the check swing. Oh no, the bunt.
It was a check swing bunt.
Yeah,
The
right.
umpire called a bunt on it. I still don't know how you call a bunt there, but he did. You know, that's what the call is. But with bases loaded, 2 outs, 2 strikes.
Why would I bunt?
I don't know of anybody that's going to bunt there.
Right.
You know.
who knows? I mean, maybe he thought you held the bat out, even though it was an unorthodox looking bunt. If that's what he wanted to call it.
No, but
maybe
I think Dale's right. It's like, hey, understand the situation, right? Like,
Yeah.
we've all been playing the game for a while.
Yeah, yeah.
He's not going to bunt
Right,
with
right.
bases
I mean,
loaded.
you're not squaring away.
No.
Yeah.
And literally, it was a check swing. And now I did drop the head of the barrel down to get the foul tip.
Yeah.
But how do you call that a bunt?
Yeah.
My hand didn't slide out. I didn't put it over the plate. It was check and just drop the head down
Yeah.
to make sure I foul tipped it. I was trying to foul that ball off,
Yeah.
which against that pitcher,
It's tough to do.
Yeah, it was
That's
used to.
tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just the fact I clipped it was good,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
Obviously not the umpires, but my opinion.
Yeah, and it's like, like David has David brought up a point that we brought in, David Cotton. I think he plays for the Pelicans, and one of the things that he talked about, and it's tough, right? And when you're playing this game, and the call doesn't go your way, you're kind of like, man, fuck, like the umpire fucked that up, right? But one of the arguments I've always made to this whole podcast is that, okay, they're umpires, they're gonna make mistakes, right? When they fuck up and it's in your favor, nobody says anything, right? Right? Like if you're up there pitching and you get Jimmy to fucking, they call a strike on him, you're not gonna be like, hey, you got that shit wrong. He didn't try to bunt. What the fuck are you talking about? No, that was a foul tip. You're not gonna do it. You're like, fuck, I just got away with one. Thank you, sir. I'm out. The baseball gods are on my side,
And
right?
that's it. Baseball, you take what's given to you.
Exactly, and you just roll with it. You adapt and overcome. So I think that yes, you said what you had to say, and I think you had rightfully so to be upset. But it is what it is, and you just gotta blow through it. And all right, let me see what I can do in the next one.
Or learn from it and keep going.
And keep going, man. You just gotta keep going. And it sucks because I just want to highlight that because David brought it up, and I think it's just a good point. I think it's still a good point to talk about because, what you get it all the time with the umpire behind the plate. He's calling a low strike, and the pitcher, you're like, fuck yeah. You the catcher, like, fuck yeah. And then I'm always like, yeah, motherfucker. But when you go back up there, it's gonna be the same thing for you. Mm-hmm. So don't say fuck yeah. In your mind, go, okay, I need to adapt. Right.
You need to adapt to the umpire's strike zone.
Yeah.
What frustrates me sometimes as a manager and pitcher is when the guy that throws hard, and obviously I don't anymore, is getting that low strike, and the guy that's throwing soft, he's not getting that same low strike. The umpire can see it better,
of course,
so he doesn't call
because
it.
the framing right now.
So that gets frustrating, but
Sure.
you still have to adjust.
And
And adapt.
you need that low strike.
I need it probably more than the guy that's throwing
Than
hard.
anybody.
Correct.
Yeah. You don't want to leave the ball up.
Yeah, no, it's
You got to take the good with the bad. That's basically what it is, And hopefully at the end of the day, the calls that go in your favor balance out with the ones that don't.
Exactly.
If not a little more, and you're ahead either way.
And on average, our umpires are pretty good. We've got a few that, hey, I have issues with, but overall, they're pretty good.
Yeah, and if you know those issues, you can, as a player or manager, you can work around them.
You try to,
Yeah,
and we can go to one that is not around, not doing games right now, and everybody complained about was Don.
Yeah.
But you knew what you had with Don.
you did.
You had
knew his strike
consistency.
zone.
Yeah.
You knew his strike zone went down as the game went along.
Exactly. Yeah. The later the game, right? Yeah.
The zone sank, and you just had to live with it, deal with it. But everybody knew it.
Yeah.
And you can't. You could complain about it, but
Well, at the end of the day, it's not going to do you any good.
it wasn't going to do you any good, and it was equal.
Yeah.
Both sides were dealing with it.
Yeah. And that's what it comes down to. You know, you have to just deal with it and just roll with the punches, you know?
Exactly.
Like sometimes I'll tell a guy when a guy gets rung up on 3 strikes, you know, I mean, gets rung up on his 3rd strike, right? Like looking or whatever. And it was questionable. I was like, well, why didn't you do something with the first 2 strikes? Didn't you whip through one? Didn't you foul one off? Why the fuck did you send that one the other way? You know, but you fouled off 2, and now you left it up to the umpire.
Yeah.
So let me see here. I think it's his choice trying to call us in. Let's see.
Call from. To accept, press 1. To
I
send
didn't
a
quite get that.
voicemail, press 2.
Hey, who's this?
Call from.
Hey,
Yo,
yeah, who's this? Is this choice?
You're on the line, sir.
is it good? Is it like feedback?
No, you're good. We can hear you fine.
Okay, so yeah, so I got a question for Dale.
I don't have it.
You can't hear him?
No.
Hold on a second. Dale can't hear you. Hold on. Can you hear him?
Okay,
A little bit.
You can't hear him?
Dale.
Nothing at all.
But you can hear me?
I can't hear you in the headset now.
Really?
Can you hear me now?
Hold on a second.
Not yet. We're going to work through some difficulties right now. See what happens. We get callers.
There
we
you go.
There
Wait,
we go.
wait,
Okay.
wait, let me ask you. Have you not been able to hear the whole time?
No, I hadn't heard this way at all.
See what happens? Sorry.
Fucking up the show, man.
We apologize.
Yeah, sorry about that, Dale.
This is how it's supposed to be.
Hey, it was working.
Okay. He was responding to our questions, right?
Yeah, but he probably heard some kind of echo.
Okay, we got you now.
Okay, can
Go
you
ahead.
hear him now?
I can hear.
Okay, go ahead,
all right,
Choice.
far away.
Go ahead, Choice.
Dale, I got a video of you. I don't know if you've seen it yet.
A video of me.
Are you talking about the Javi Baez one?
Yeah. Dale, what was he trying to do on there? I might have to show that video to him for him to answer that. So.
I could show it to him because I think you gave it to me on the chat. You put it on the chat, right? If I remember, yeah.
I don't know if I want to know.
CJ, what are you referring to? That check swing?
Yeah, no, it was like the game we played in before the championship, and Dale, and we were at Schwartz, and I don't know, the pass ball, the guy Kyle went back there and still threw the ball. I had a close chance to throw the dude out in second. And Dale caught the ball. It did like a 360 and ended up on his ass.
Oh, yeah. My knee gave out on that one, believe it or not.
We couldn't figure it out, man. We watched the video maybe 20 times. We were like, what the hell was Dale doing that one?
Oh, I had to go out for the throw, and when I did, my knee twisted. And so I just went down.
If you don't have your knee, you don't have anything.
Right? That's the foundation,
Yeah.
right?
On the ground.
And trust me, at my age, that's tough, especially when Kyle's throwing the ball back there.
Damn.
Hey, so do you just fall just to prevent the knee twisting, or?
I fell because I started to feel it hurt, and I said, I'm not getting it twist and hurt and out of the game.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it looked like.
Well, that's exactly what it was.
So here's the next thing. Said that dude Jose J. Renee. I don't even know who that dude is, bro. He keep asking me and like, I don't know what's going on.
Oh, right. You know, Rhino's an umpire, bro. He's probably been behind the play.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what it is. Oh, he's stolen then. Okay, I have
Yeah.
to look at that again. But look, so we get Cuba, right? We got guys ready for Cuba. And it's been cleared up. Let me say that before I start. By the coach Pedro Garcia, really, really good dude. So we get a game. I try to get the field cleaned up because I went and checked on it. It's hideous. I don't know if y'all
Schwartz
seen the
Park.
videos.
I did.
Yeah.
It's
Oh
horrible.
my God, they made the field look like fucking McGregor or something.
Yeah. Yeah. No. It looked beautiful. It looked beautiful. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it did.
Oh my
I mean,
God,
it surprisingly did. Yeah.
Who did
I
who did
understand that
this?
field look like-
The Ramones, right? The Ramones went out there and cleaned it up.
Yeah, Los Ramones baseball. Yeah,
So no more grass in the infield?
nothing. No, not even nothing. They got the dirt looking good. The dirt even looked good. It looked clean. I was like, what the hell did they do to the field? But hey, they got it right, and they had to play the Indians, and I think they played a really good game too with the Indians. But we got our game canceled at like 8:45. I think this guy Tonke, anybody could Armando, you think you know it? You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this guy got injured in the Saturday league.
Yeah, that's correct.
And so Pedro was like that. He was in the hospital with this guy till like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh wow.
So Rante with Boston, the president of Obrera, and he's sitting in the parking lot, and Boston's on the phone with I think Pedro. So he goes. You know, he's talking to him and telling him in Spanish, but Boston's relaying the message in English, right? So then he goes. So they goes like, I don't know why they canceling, bro. Like, but they canceling the game. So we like canceling or forfeit. He like, yeah, they're forfeiting. They're gonna pay both the umpiring fees, and they lost Tonka, and that was it. They had Joseph though, because Joseph gets on the best baseball group and screenshots the message like, hey, I'm pitching tomorrow, and Joseph's like, I was ready for that game. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I don't know what happened. Nobody knows. They just blew up Pedro, but I guess they had one guy. I don't know. Pedro, it ain't no slugs or nothing, but then, bro, like one dude, you know what I'm saying? Y'all canceled the game because of one guy. Maybe it was more than that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we don't know, but maybe it was more guys that were missing. But Joseph.
But remember the other thing too, man, and the other thing is I know El Tanque played with us on Saturday, and I was there when he got injured. I forgot to mention that in our game. I hope he's doing better. I asked Ballard to reach out to him, but he was going back for a play at first, and I don't know, he was off the bag, and he tried to slide back to first, and he dislocated his arm. Yeah, pretty bad.
Oh, shit.
I mean, bad, dude. I mean, it was like I mean, it looked innocent enough sliding back, but man, he got up and he's just like they're yanking on his arm, trying to put it back in. I guess it popped out of his socket. I'm not even sure. If anybody has an update on El Tanque, put it in the comments. But hopefully he's doing good. I don't have his number, so I can't reach out to him. But hopefully he's doing good, man, because he's a good ball player, and a lot of people know who he is. But I know that's one of them, and I didn't realize the pitcher or the player that was at the Twins was the Twins game, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that pitcher at that game was part of the Cuba team either. So.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I could see why you were upset though. I mean, when you said it was a beautiful day for baseball, it really was. That Sunday, I mean, I went to go watch the Ramones and the Gulf Coast Indians, and I'm sitting. It was like a nice breeze. I mean, even if it was hot, it was a nice breeze. Like, there's no breeze in fucking Houston, right? There was a nice little fucking breeze, and it was a beautiful day. It was a beautiful day. So I can see why you were upset.
The Saturday was nice too. Even Saturday night.
Yeah.
Wow, that's why I stayed late to watch that game.
Oh yeah, it was nice Saturday too.
It just felt nice sitting outside.
It was good weather this week.
It was. So I could see being upset, and then of course they just fixed the field, right? Because Schwartz did look really good.
Gosh.
Yeah.
They made it like the game, the whole day, everything just looked so beautiful. Bro, everybody, our whole team is at home. We don't give a damn if we lose the game. You know what I'm saying? But we want to play, find us somebody. The Thunder, you know what I'm saying? Anybody.
Yeah.
They gave us a tie to the Thunder with 4 innings, and I don't know, that was weird. But I guess everybody makes the playoffs in that league, and then kind of when they announced that we have players that are like, don't like mind not showing up, is like, okay, we're gonna be in the playoffs anyway. So I don't really like that when they came out and announced that, but that was pretty damn. So we got guys just showing up when they want to now, but I mean we still got our solid 9, 10, 11 or whatever.
So you're saying they did all that work to the field in preparation to play that game, and it didn't happen?
What the Ramones got to play their game.
Okay, they played theirs.
They played
All
their
right.
game.
Yeah.
They got the field ready, and then but of course everybody want. Hey, you got the field ready. I want to go play too. I mean, here's what kind of sucks, when kind of one of the reasons I like playing in multi leagues is that if one game gets canceled, guess what? I've already either had one later on today, or I had one last week, or I had one yesterday. So I'm okay. Like I mean. I'm not okay, but I'm okay. You know what I mean?
You'll get through it.
I'll get through it, right? But it was, when you said it perfect, man, it was like it was a beautiful day for baseball, and it really was. So,
Bro,
I hear
everybody
you.
needs to fix. Everybody needs to fix. When we playing, like a lot of our guys play only once a week. So when we miss that week, it's like, bro. And then we watching them play, and it's like
Oh,
beautiful.
yeah.
We just.
And then
we
I was doing it
like
live too.
pissed. Oh my God, yeah, bro, we watching everything, man. So it was just crazy that they would do that, man. I think guys need to understand that people trying to get out there and play, like
Yeah.
y'all forfeiting in scrimmage or whatever, do something. But I had one more question for Friday. When is that Friday league start up again? Because Jordan needs to know we got a lot of guys that don't play Fridays at all, and some that don't play Saturday, like right now, even like I got into Saturday. I played 2 games with
Ironbirds,
with
right?
the HBA. Yeah, but I missed a couple weeks and they don't call me no more. And
Oh,
I heard
damn.
a little birdie. I heard so much crazy stuff that we ain't going there, but I heard some crazy stuff. So, but it's just like I'm just not playing Saturdays. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you can't play no other team on Saturday. So I'm just chilling back. So I'm just only on Sundays. So we got a lot of guys like myself and other guys that don't play Fridays or Saturdays. So we got a nice group of ball players that are wanting to go on Fridays, and I think it's gonna be huge for this team. So we're just trying to figure out exactly when is it gonna start.
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure because this is the first time that they're doing the Friday Night League. Now, the idea behind the Friday Night League was that the Sunday League teams don't play in the fall. So this was supposed to kind of like replace it, right? Because during the spring, summer, you got Saturday and Sunday. So I don't know necessarily that you're going to have during the summer or summer, spring, that you're going to have a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday league, right? I don't know if they're going to do that. The Friday Night League might just be for fall. That's what I suspect, right? But as soon as I know, I'm gonna post it and I'll drop it into your guys' group and let you guys know what's up. But it's one of those things, that I got when I talk to Jordan. I'm like, I go, dude, I've been talking about the Friday Night League for like a month or 2 months,
Yeah.
and then you wait till after 2 games start and then you want to fucking play. I'm like,
You're in week 5, right?
Yeah,
Already in week 5,
Right.
halfway through the season.
I was so mad. I was like, what the fuck, bro? We should have got in on this.
Yeah, no, dude, and I was laughing too because he was like posting like, "Hey, man, I'm gonna get a team going." I'm like thinking, did you already talk to Adam? Like, how the fuck are you gonna start in the middle of? Because here's the thing, and I understand because he's been playing in the Alberta League, and it has its good and its bads, right? I mean, it's good that the Alberta League's flexible because guys will fucking join like middle of the fucking season and just start playing, which is I think odd, but whatever, right? That works for you. But the bad part is that you don't have a schedule. Like we have a schedule where like I can tell you for the next month who we're playing. Unless it rains,
Right.
I know. Hey, next Sunday I'm playing this guy. Next Saturday I'm playing this guy. We know it's already planned ahead, so it's a little more organized. So when he told me he was gonna start up a team after 2-3 weeks in it didn't make any sense to me. But I'm like, hey, well, fuck. Maybe what the fuck do I know, right? So then he's like, "Oh no, they said we can play." I'm like, "Well, no shit, dipshit." Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not, it's organized. We've already put the schedule out, and we needed. I think we have 6 teams, but we can't do 7. So and here's the other thing.
And I don't know if you can do 8. Where are you gonna play?
That you took the words out of my mouth, Cody. Is that you almost can't do 8 because of the fields. Not all the fields have.
Lights.
It have lights.
Yeah.
You don't have lights, so that's what makes it difficult, right? So it's almost like what it's gonna probably do is choice probably what it do is like if it's just fall, it's gonna be the first 6 teams that put down the money. First 6 teams that get the teams going. That's who's gonna play because unless we can find some more fields, right, with lights, those are the only 3 fields that have lights right now. I mean, don't get me wrong. That there's
What were the 3 fields again?
the 3 fields are Northern Christian, Spring Spirit, and Memorial Ashford.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, I never played at the Memorial Ashford. I played at the other two before, though.
No, you did he play? No. He played at Northern Christian.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never played at. I don't even know what this field looks like.
Yeah. I mean, that's like the home field
Yeah,
for HBA.
yeah.
I mean, it's a good field. I mean, it's it's good. It's a private field, so worked. But to me, the nicest one is Northern Christian for your basic standard. Hey, baseball. I personally, as an infielder, love Spring Spirit because it's all turf. True bounce, and nothing's gonna get in your fucking way. You fuck that up, you're a fuck up. That's what you're gonna need this glove right here if you fucking up. You're gonna need this glove right here out there if you're fucking up on a turf, right? But everybody has a choice. But those are the three fields that we play on that have lights. I know there's one that HHW way up off of like 99 and 290. What's that one called? Shield Park. Yeah, Shield. Yeah, that one's.
Oh, way out there.
Yeah, way out there. So I don't think HBA plays over there, but that would be like the fourth one out there if there was a fourth one. But right now there's only three. Go ahead.
McGregor is open now too.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That's
okay,
true. That's
yeah.
true. That's true. So I mean,
McGregor is open now.
So theoretically, there could be a four. It could be a fourth field that we have. I don't know. It's just the demand has to be there, and what people need to do, and put that out on your page too, man. Is that when this shit comes up, if you guys are serious, go out there and get to put the team together. Because you guys could have been in.
man. Yeah, bro. I work with you. Just let me know when they doing trials.
Yeah.
I don't keep up with their stuff. Because I don't play in that league. So
Yeah.
I just like when they do trials, I can put them in there, post them in there. But
Yeah,
I be getting guys that be hitting me a lot though.
Yeah, I think that's what we'll do next time, because like this year, I mean this we've been connecting a little bit more, so definitely I'll let you know, that way you can post it and let those guys know, because I would get randomly different people telling me, hey man, what's up with this league, and I'm like, well, here's tryouts, go, whether it's HHL or it's HBA, I go, or Coastal, I even throw Coastal out there, or Obrera, hey, that's out there, go out there and fucking whatever league you want. I wish I could come up with a list, though. It'd be nice if I can come up with a list, ongoing list of people who want to play certain leagues and certain times, and people can grab pool players from there. I don't know, something like that. That'd be good. But yeah, man, I'll definitely keep you posted on that, and everybody just look out for that stuff that either we'll post on the best baseball in Houston, or we're putting it just off the play. But one of those two pages is gonna have the info you need for tryouts and season starting.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate y'all boys letting me call in, man. Get on with y'all.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Y'all know it's love.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Appreciate you
love,
calling in.
All right, CJ, have a good night.
Take care. All right, Cody.
There.
All right, dude. All right, deal.
Thanks.
All right, last one is Josh here, because Josh wanted us to call, and let's see, and then we'll call it a night here. Let's see. Here we go, Josh. Hope you're freaking listening, because we're about to call you.
We call people.
Yeah.
They don't have to call us. We'll call them.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What's up, man? You ready or what? You ready?
You
to do
live,
this?
sir.
You live, man. You live.
I'm always live.
What do you got to say?
What you gotta get off your chest?
What do you got to say after those two bombs?
He could. His shirt doesn't fit anymore, man. He's like, his chest is out. Like, oh shit, I can't put my shirt on.
Shut up.
Mr.
No,
Batting
I got-
1,000.
Yeah. He was three. That's right. He was batting 1,000, right? 3 for 3, and with the fucking
Yeah,
wand.
3 for 3.
Yeah.
Three
That
hits,
was a
first
good
hit to the
fucking
season.
game. Yeah.
That sucks. My first hit was that ball.
Dude.
But
no.
I've
They're
been
going to start
struggling
rolling
on-
now. You got that first one out of the way, they're going to start rolling now.
Yeah, that's it,
Oh,
dude.
yeah. That second one felt, I ain't gonna lie, fucking amazing.
Hell yeah, man. So
I got 2 stories for y'all.
all
bro.
right,
2
hit us with it. Hit us with the stories.
Y'all want the Bobby story? Y'all want Ronte's story?
Shit, that's good.
Let's just go Ronte.
Let's go on. Let's see. We got his coach
But
here.
it's not it's not Ronte's fault, but it has to do with his team. That's why I said Ronte.
Okay, let's go. Let's just go with it. Let's see.
So when we played them, when Choice was there, whenever you were recording that day, you was there, Mondo.
Yeah. With the
This took
Ramones.
place. So that pitcher that threw like 45, I think his name is Isaiah Juan Jose. He has like 3 different freaking chat Facebooks or whatever. Well, anyway, he struck me out twice because I literally played. I could not hit that day, and plus I can't stay back on stuff like that for the most part.
Yeah, he got you that
So
day.
I was struggling with his slow pitching,
Yeah.
and then he threw me inside, and I got out the way, and He's like, yeah, this is what he said verbatim. He was like, yeah. He said, yeah, get off my motherfucking plate. And I looked at him, I started laughing. I was like, bro, you're a fucking clown, bro. Just like, shut up. You're losing 6-0. Like, bro, just be quiet. And so, anyway, after the game, whatever, I think we won, and Choice had posted something like always. I don't know what it was. It wasn't nothing bad in the month, but I think it's like making excuses like always to why they lose against us. But the guy out of nowhere posted 2 videos of me striking out, and he like said something, trying to talk shit about me. I'm like, yeah, man, yeah, you struck me out. You needed that more than me, whatever. But at the same time, I'm still leading the league in home runs with like 8 home runs. It's all good. Like, you struck me out, high five, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
And after that, he just kept bugging, bro. Every time I post something, he kept bugging, he kept coming at me and stuff. So I took a picture from his profile and cropped it. And his problem is apparently he had his daughter in it. Now, would I ever post a child on Facebook or social media? Hell no. That's the privacy of a child.
Yeah.
His daughter wasn't in the picture at all.
Yeah,
you couldn't even tell that somebody else was in the picture. Yeah. So he's taking it to heart on that. Now, if I posted with his daughters in there, yeah, I would get upset too. You have all respect to give that. But anyway, it was like it was a picture, and it zoomed in on his teeth, and he had a big ass gap in his teeth. I was like, I know this man that looked like this ain't trying to roast me. And so
hold on. We all can't have them colored eyes like you do, motherfucker. So shut the fuck up.
Hey man, don't be mad because I'm sexy and I can play, bro.
You fucking motherfucker with his colored eyes and shit. God damn it. Go ahead.
Yeah, bro. Well, anyway, so after that, bro, anytime I post something or because he like came at me and oh, you want to post my daughter? So, bro, she's not in the picture anywhere. I will not do that to a child.
Yeah.
Plus, I work with kids. Yeah. So, come on, bro. And then, so he kept coming back at me, it was messing me. So I finally blocked the nigga. And I blocked the guy. And he continues to, like, stalk my stuff anytime I post in the, because he went to his other profile, I guess, and was laughing at my stuff, commenting at me and all that. Just kept going. So I'm like, Ron said, bro, get your boy. I said, Ron, to get you to all, man. Because even Choice texted me, messaged me the other day. He's like, what's your number? I'm like, what I do? I was like, what I do now? He's like, no, it's for Ronte. He just wanted to call you about something. So I hit up Ronte. He said, yeah, man, he's just, he wants you to apologize. And I said, what do I have to apologize if he started all this, mess, whatever? Yeah. Like, over something I didn't even do. Like, I didn't even post his daughter. I didn't even, whatever. But, like, you came at me, bro. Like, come on, man. We grown men. Let's act like it. And then Ronte's like, man, I talked to him after that. I can't, Ronte, he trying to be the middleman. Keep peace keeps all. No, so after that, I'm just beyond my point. I said, bro, all I'm saying is handle your player. I know we all grown men, but handle your boy. Yeah. He's all right. Well, I'm gonna keep it on the field, and we gonna handle it at the field. But he need to admit to or recognize what he did. I said, bro, what did I do? What did I do? Like, come on, bro.
So did you guys squish it out? You guys squash it, or you guys still got beef or what? Because I know
Ronte apparently squashed it, but that's what he said. He said, well, I don't do that petty stuff online. I was like, bro, I have screenshots. Like, and that's the thing, Mondo, like, screenshot was sent to me this morning, bro. Wow. Like, for what reason? Yeah. And this is dude on his team. This is his team.
Yeah, he's playing. Because I remember that dude. He's a cool.
But this is players on his team.
Yeah. I remember the picture. I didn't realize I actually played with him, man. He's a cool dude, but I get it. Shit gets out of hand.
I don't know the dude personally. Yeah. I could care less. Yeah. All I want him to know, and if he's listening, cool, whatever, Choice or Serge or Ronte, whoever, tell him, bro, that I didn't do nothing towards his daughter. Post nothing about his daughter, nothing.
Gotcha.
I roasted a clown ass motherfucker, and that's what I did. That came from me. Now, next time I face him, let this be known, I'm sending his shit 400. Let this be known.
You heard it here first, everybody. You heard it.
I'm calling my shit on him. I don't do that because I don't like, even when I play, when I hit, on Saturday with Jose.
Yeah.
After that, we chopped it up, and he's helping me, do stuff for my baseball team.
That's
I didn't
good.
embarrass him at all or do nothing.
Yeah.
Well, I think you said it right. You just got to leave it on the field. Take care of it on the field.
Yeah,
That's where it
and
starts.
That's,
That's
we
where it
gonna
is.
take care of it, and
Yeah.
I'm sending his shit 450 feet.
There it is.
450 dead center. That's what I want to see.
Damn,
but
he
I'll
just
do
jumped,
it
it up 50 feet?
I'm gonna ask him where he wants.
well, Sergio said 450 dead center. So,
okay.
so
If we get to play them again, if they don't lose the first round,
I think
they got to win to beat us, to get to us.
Troy said 500. He said go 500.
He doing. I ain't draw Carlo, man. But the second one I hit on Saturday, I think I did hit that kind of far. I think I got close to 400, if not to 400.
Dude, you and fucking Raul were just smashing the fucking ball, man. I was like, I mean,
Bro,
all of them was no
The
doubters.
last one he hit, I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, dude, that shit was wild, man.
Now we got the deep one out the way. Let's talk about the funny one with Bobby.
Yeah, tell me what Bobby did.
So we're playing the game, whatever. And by the way, Ronte, you my boy. You good? Ain't no beef with us before Ronte gets sent to the room. It's the first inning, bro. Like, I'll put this out there, bro. We did not have hardly any of our guys there.
Yeah.
But we never make an excuse, either way. But how that game was going, who we had there, I was nervous. I was like, I said, Allianz going to sneak up on us and beat us.
Yeah.
But anyway, Elliot, that plays on the Pirates with us.
Yeah, but Pirates, shit, he's not a Marlins. He's a Pirate now, that's right. Black and gold.
And, y'all stupid. And so it was man on second and third, 1 out, 2 out. It was 2 outs. And he's battling whatever, and he hits a ground ball over the bag. Now, we have one umpire like always, and apparently, what's Marco's brother name? Wedo, or his name is Ruben. Well, he's tells me that the umpire only has one eye that works. The other eye, he's blind. I said, bro, don't tell me this stupid stuff, man. Like, we this cheap, we can't get an umpire with 2 eyes that work.
You probably should not disclose that.
Man. And so
wait, and there was only one umpire? Is that what you're saying?
There's only one umpire.
One umpire with one eye.
So
one eye, dog.
you had 3 eyes at the game or one?
And he was
just one eye at the game.
One eye.
I mean, he was missing a lot of calls, but it was nothing that we weren't used to.
Right.
I think, but this play, so it was the second inning. Elliott hits a ground ball over third base, and I didn't play it because I thought it was going to be fair.
Oh, okay.
I think that is his name, Jose. I think that is his name. And I didn't play it. I played it off, whatever. It goes over the bag, and then our left fielder fills the ball in play.
Okay.
So with all the facts, it was most likely fair. Am I going to say that? No, because it benefited my team.
Yeah.
They would have scored 2 runs, though. But what he was doing was, when that play happened, he said, he looked at it, he said, foul ball. He called it too quick, and he put his head down. And so it cost him 2 runs. And then after the play, Bobby's just going on. He's going at the dude's face. He gets up in him, and he keeps going on and on and on. And the umpire gives him 3 warnings, bro.
Wow.
Tells him to stop. And then literally, bro, right before the next pitch is about to be thrown, after Bobby didn't say his piece, he goes again and keeps going at him, telling him how it's BS and all this shit. How can you miss it? And then he kept trying to throw my name in there and was like saying Josh even know it, Josh Olay did, and all this and that. I'm just looking like, don't put me in this. I did nothing to deserve this. And so he keeps going on, and Bobby gets thrown out. Choice, shut up. They did not beat us. We won 5-4. Choice, Bobby gets thrown out, but what I heard from Bobby's teammates is that he was trying to get thrown out on purpose so he could make it to his other game, whatever game that was.
Oh, that's not cool, man. That's not cool.
But how you going to do that if this is supposed to be your team that you've been talking about, defending, going having these phone interviews with Choice over this stuff.
Yeah.
How you gonna do that to your own team? Again, I have nothing against Bobby, and I don't know if it's true. This is what his players told me.
Damn.
So how can you do your team like that?
Yeah, man.
And so
yeah, that's why they're 0 for 7, right? 0 for 7, I think they're. Yeah.
they're
Fucking
1-8.
Oh, 1-8. Okay, 1-8.
They beat the Padres.
Wow. Did
But
they
the
forfeit or
thing
something?
is- Huh?
Did they forfeit or something?
Ouch.
You're stupid. But one thing I will say though is that they're a scrappy team. But if they don't have those 3 brothers that came, bro, they're not a contender team. I would say that.
Right.
There was the one that was a catcher. He was in the Blue Jays minor leagues or whatever. Then they have another brother that called him Panda.
Oh yeah, I know.
And then the youngest one, which I think is going to be the best, he's like 20. He's a shortstop. Without them 3, and Ruben, because Ruben was like hurting, but he came up and he actually, bro, you couldn't tell, but we had my boy Dalton had a no-hitter going through 6 innings.
Oh wow.
He had a no-hitter, and then freaking Ruben broke up the no-hitter.
Well, okay.
But they scored the runs on us with errors and all that stuff. But like Ruben said, the brothers had combined 2 hits. They had a total of 4 hits, I think.
Wow.
They didn't hit the ball that well because Dalton went 6 strong. Santos went 1, which was unhittable. If that man would have stayed there, we would have won like 5-1, 4-1, whatever. And then we had, like I said, we didn't have none of that pitching, bro. My brother pitched. He gets, if I make the routine play, he gets out of that inning. We're up 4-0.
Yeah.
And then he couldn't get out of it, so they scored 2 runs. We came back with 1. Then the 9th inning, we're up 5-2. We get the first out. Second guy hits a routine ground ball to first base. My brother olays it, kicks it, or whatever, and then they get the little momentum, and then they start coming back. But again, they've only had about 4 or 5 hits, but their pitcher is what kept them in the game, though.
Who's pitching for them again?
Whoever he was. He pitched.
Okay.
He played at TSU or something.
Oh, got you.
But like I was telling Ruben, if they get 2 more solid players, I think they can be a decent team, bro. They're not the Alianza I first played when they was in Daly Hills League. They're not that team at all.
Right.
But they still have some of that piece there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't. But yeah, I mean, I don't know why Bobby did that.
That's fucked up. That don't make no sense.
If that is true, that I wouldn't want to play for somebody like that. Not saying that it happened, but that's rough.
Couldn't you just leave? Like, make up an excuse and
Right.
just,
Hey,
leave?
my wife's kind of, he has his wife and kids, so he could use that. He could have went to the back
It's
pocket.
like-
That just seems easier than yelling at an umpire. I mean, it doesn't seem as fun.
But the thing was, y'all, like, as close as that game was,
Yeah.
like, that was a fun game to be at for, like, a team that record-wise have nothing to lose, but hey, you playing a good game against one of the top teams in the league, / the area, and you have a really good chance to win, even still. And so why would you want to leave that game? And for, he had every right to be pissed off about that call,
Yeah.
but after you said your piece, bro, just shut up and walk away. Just leave it alone.
Yeah.
Like, your team needs you to run the team. Like,
So,
come on, man.
was he playing? Because I know Bobby plays. He wasn't playing?
Bobby wasn't even in the lineup.
Oh, wow. Okay, so he's just
I
managing.
mean, he had, like, 5 or 6 pickups like always, but, it is what it is. I mean, nobody had the same jersey.
Yeah.
So if he gets the win, he's 2-8, and maybe he's not too thrilled about that either. So
he wants to get a number 1 draft pick. there's no drafts in Alberta, but
yeah.
But yeah, man, that's crazy. We'll see what Bobby comes when he hears what you had to say. We'll see what happens. But I hope that.
Again, I ain't throwing no shade at him because I don't know if him wanting to leave for the other game is true.
Yeah.
But what happened? Yeah. But yeah, and then like none of those dudes looked like they had played on that team besides Ruben and whoever the second base was. Everybody else had like different shirts, looked like they hadn't been there, all that stuff.
It's hard, man. When you're in that league,
Pretty typical.
It's pretty typical, man. It almost looks like you're at an all-star game and shit because everybody has different fucking jerseys.
and that's what I'm saying. I get that. I've been playing in this league since I was 12, and I was one of the kids that never had a shirt because I'll come every now and then when I didn't play, when I didn't have tournament ball with her. So I get that part. But don't talk like you have all these kids, all these guys on your team all season when, bro, if you're struggling to keep guys or whatever, that's fine. That's one thing. But don't, front about something that you're not. Like, you got all these guys that showing up consistently. If you don't. That stuff is hard. Shoot, I deal with that with my 18. Getting the same kids to come all the time. That stuff is hard. That's why I see why you didn't you stepped down from doing the Pirates because that's a lot of BS.
That's a lot of BS, right? Dale, you know that, right?
I've been there.
Try to get guys coming back.
Bro. I run a whole organization with kids. Some kids feel like they above everybody and they don't feel like they have to be there because it's too far or it's too early or they didn't have a good game, so they want to play the next day. Like, I deal with that all the time, bro.
Yeah. I mean,
but I don't like how they put us a different field, and they put all these random teams at our home field. Though I don't like that for Sunday.
Yeah,
they put us at Schwartz. And
well, hopefully you guys like I assume you guys like the HBA experience a little bit better.
Bro, I honestly, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, another thing, bro. I need y'all to get on this train with me so we can get another jersey for the Pirates. I told y'all, we can get those made in like 10 days.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think we should get like some dry fit sublimated jerseys, bro. Not the drop, but kind of like how Jose and them had.
Yeah.
But like.
So are we using Jose or are we using somebody else?
I have my other guy.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, here's, I'm going to say this. We could talk to Ballard about it. As long as we don't end up with the fucking.
His dad said he was all for it.
Well, here's the thing. I don't want to end up with the Jordan special like I did last season.
No, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
I got some terrible ass jerseys. They're terrible, man. They weren't even good enough to wash my fucking Mustang with, man. They're fucking bad. I almost lost a team because of the fucking jerseys, man.
Bro, I was pissed off because I was uncomfortable playing all the time, bro.
Dude, you, Dre, Raul, like, I don't think anybody fucking liked them jerseys, man. I was like, I don't blame them. I didn't even like the fucking jerseys, but
I don't know how David's still wearing that either, bro.
Yeah, he does.
I would have paid for him if he couldn't afford it because them shirts are terrible.
Well, it's because he modified his and it's done right.
Yeah.
He tailored on some extra and it stays.
Mondo, you gonna take that, bro? You gonna take that?
Now all of a sudden, this motherfucker, my design was bad. All of a sudden, this fucking, it wasn't my design. It was your shitty ass. Fucking.
It was the same as
Dale,
the other parts.
Dude, it was like no matter what fucking size you got, it went wider, but it never went longer.
It didn't go. It did not go long, bro.
Oh my!
I got mine big, and it still wasn't long enough. It was like it was big on me, but the length of it was terrible, bro.
It was bad, man, and it
but
was.
That's why.
And here's the thing. He talks shit about my design. My design was just a replica of the Pirates jersey. Like, hey, look, I measured and everything. I said, hey, look, this is what I want. Nowhere close to what the fuck we have.
This is what I'm thinking. I want to get the throwback Pirates yellow V-necks with the number on the front.
Okay.
And I think we could rock that with our black hat and then switch off whenever we want. And then we have something lighter as well too, because y'all seen how thick me and Cody's jersey is. Freaking playing out there in jackets.
Hey,
cool mesh my ass.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be the majestic throwback one, man.
I
like
know.
what they want us to do with that.
Hey man, but we look good out there, man. We look good out there
We
winning.
do, and we play good.
It's finally right. We've always looked good, but now we're starting to play good.
Heck yeah, man. It's starting to come together, man. It's all because Ballard's just managing the team.
And then Jose, ain't nobody trying to hear that.
What is it? What is it? Copycats.
He said copycats. I've been pitching this idea for weeks now, man. Ain't nobody trying to hear that.
Well, I would say just let's talk to Ballard and maybe if you can come up with a design and see what he says.
That's what I said. I didn't say that because I don't want it to feel like I'm stepping on toes or nothing, like trying to cause any issues, because I think the team is good right now. I think everything's all good.
Yeah, it is, dude. We're doing well.
Well, you're on record now, so.
Yeah. All right. I mean,
bro. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to get this turf field to add it on to the Sunday league or whatever. But motherfuckers got to dish out money. We play at 9:45, Ayla. at Schwartz against Cuba.
This weekend? Oh, okay. So hot shots in Cuba this weekend? Okay. That's
Hot
down.
shots in Cuba. Did you not see my text in the group chat?
I saw it.
Dude, you know what,
Thank
dude?
you,
I haven't
Cody.
caught up to it, man. I've been busy putting the show together today, but I did see some shit going back and forth. But I mean, that's down the street. Maybe I'll catch it. I mean, shit, we'll see what happens. But
Where is that at? I've never been to Schwartz, but I know as far as.
well, it's not. I mean, it's next. It's really close to the Spring Spirit one. If you've ever you done Spring Spirit?
Oh shit!
It's
Yeah,
like
a few minutes away from that one.
Bingle and I-10 area.
Yeah. So,
Is that any closer to like 45?
No,
far from it.
no, man.
Because so I'm gonna be 10 minutes from Northland Christian by this weekend.
Oh yeah, no. This is over by it's by Spring Spirit, like about 10, 15 minutes away from Spring Spirit. So if
I
that's
know a lot
far
of
for
driving
you,
to do.
it's
If we play this weekend, bro, with all our games, it's gonna be a lot of driving because I go Northland Friday, Memorial City late on Saturday night, and then got to turn around and get up early and go to. So would that be kind of close to Memorial?
It's near there.
yeah, it's on the way
but,
back.
Yeah, it's inside the Beltway versus,
How far
Mall
would you say
being
it's from
outside.
Ashford?
Moral Ashford, I don't know, 20 minutes maybe?
Like a guess.
20 minutes
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
20?
Yeah, 15, 20 minutes.
I might
Yeah.
just stay at my sister's house because that's gonna be a lot of driving back and forth. I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
What you need? What do you think we need, Mondo, to win it this year, bro?
I think we got the right stuff, man. I think it's coming together. I think we got our offense going, we got our defense going, we got everything going in the right spot. I mean, it's we're gonna be up there like we were last season. We just gotta pull through, man. We just gotta get it all the way to the end. If these core guys show up all the way through and we don't lose anybody, because I mean, you lose people, right? Do you like towards the end a little bit?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
The 40 plus last ended up with like 8 guys showing up at the end of the season.
Yeah, as long as we don't run into that shit, like like we did last season, I think we're gonna be fine, man. Because we got a good fucking team. We got a good. I'm excited. It's a good fucking
I
team,
think
It's nice to see when you got 13, 14 guys showing up.
and it's good because too, I get to fucking play the game and I'm playing a little bit better. So I just it's
there
all.
we go.
What I'm saying, I gotta shout myself out too, man. Shit, we just gotta talk about your 2 home runs and not gonna talk about me.
Well, I think we need one more outfielder because you got David in center, Cody in left or right. I think we need one more consistent outfielder that can hit out there, which I hope my boy Braylon, he's coming to the team, and I hope he can show up consistently and hit like he normally did because he played on a summer college team that I played on. So if we got Kim,
What's fucked up, dude, is you bought El Tanque, the fucking legend. I didn't even realize I was fucking playing his name Tanque until because I remember reading his name before, but I always knew him as El Tanque, and then
I sent the video of him playing.
again, bro, I'm behind on those chats, and I was like, that's El Tanque, he's playing with us. Oh shit, oh dude, this is gonna be a crazy game. He gets hurt first time playing with us. And like a hurt that I don't even know if he's gonna play baseball for a while.
Yeah, you got any updates on that?
Yeah, you got any updates on him?
What?
With El Tanque,
his injury.
his injury.
I'm gonna message him when I get off with y'all, and then
Okay.
I'll let y'all know.
Yeah, let me know, man, because I'm like, I mean, the dude separated his shoulder, man. That's pretty bad,
I
dude.
think he's gonna be all right, bro.
I hope so.
He landed awkward, and
I don't know if that's even throwing it on him either. I don't know if
Bro,
that
I've seen him get hurt worse though, and still play a game
Oh, okay.
against us. So I think he's gonna be all right, especially because I separated my shoulder. And you can tell how I was swinging a bat.
No, okay. Well, not. I
I
mean,
separated my shoulder that play, Mondo, when I asked you about on Friday.
oh yeah. It's like
That's
yeah.
when I did that.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. But I mean, still, we want to be concerned about our players. I mean, shit, dude, it's we're all old. We got jobs. We all gonna still continue to play. So
It sounds like we need to separate our shoulders. That's what it sounds like. If he's doing it and you have had it done, then maybe
maybe that's the
what
trick,
needs
right?
to happen.
That's the new Tommy John surgery for hitting.
No, none of that.
All right, man. Well, appreciate you calling in, bro, filling us in, and
Appreciate y'all
and,
boys as always. I need an invite to the show. I'm surprised I still have not gotten an invite yet.
you had one and you turned it down. You got busy, but we'll get you another one. Don't worry about it.
I had practice, but I don't have practice on Tuesday, so y'all gotta let me know. And I'll
Okay,
be there.
we'll definitely let you know, man. but we'll have you on. You definitely
I
never know what the fuck's gonna come out of your mouth. All right, man.
I'll talk to you
Later.
Later.
All right, man. I think we beat this fucking horse 2 hours and 13 minutes. That's past all of our fucking bedtimes here. Any closing remarks?
I think we forgot one thing.
What's up?
Dale is here to address the allocations of underage players.
Well, we kind of went over that earlier.
Oh yeah, okay.
A little bit.
Okay.
I'm kidding because
But-
that was the word on the street, right? And
Yep.
so that it was a joke, but
No,
because people say that.
yeah, I mean,
But there's
There's-
waivers. I know you talked about waivers.
we talked about the
Yeah.
waivers earlier, and I'm not going to do anything to cheat. Let's put it that way. It's just not in me.
Right, right.
I've had I had plenty of opportunities to bring other guys underage in, and I wouldn't do it, and just not going to happen.
Yeah, I think when you and I talked about it, and if I were to summarize it, and just correct me if I'm wrong, but it was you had authorization through the league, and then it just didn't get dispersed to everybody else about it, right?
And I mean, yeah, exactly that. I was asked by the league to keep my team by moving to 30 plus with underage guys that were going to get it wavered in, even the pitchers that were pitching at the time.
Right.
Now, only the guys that were on the roster at the time that the open closed. So, there's allegations that we got younger this season, which is untrue because it's all the same guys. The only new guy to the team is actually older,
Yeah.
so
There it is. There it is.
the division's gotten better
For
all
sure.
the way around. I
Yeah.
mean, all the teams competed well this past season. And that's what it should be about. Close competition between all the teams.
I think the in my eyes, I feel like the problem was that you were on the up and up with the league president, and it just didn't get translated. I think that, or didn't get not translated, didn't get dispersed, that information to say, hey, we're gonna allow these players to come there. So everybody's thinking, hey man, Dale's trying to get one by everybody, right? Dale's trying to get one, and that's what it was. And then when the email came out a little later, I was like, okay, well that's fine, but should have been said earlier. And so that's, I think, what everybody's kind of saying. And you unfortunately got the backfire off of that,
Exactly. And it should have been brought up the beginning of the COVID year, because that's the actual time that we got brought in.
Yeah.
And it was less noticeable, I guess, because I still had some of my 40-plus guys playing that 30-plus division.
Yeah. Well, and I think what it comes down to, Cody said this, it's that we're playing at 30 plus, but we're over 40, right?
Right.
So when you got a guy that's right at fucking 30, or 29, 30, whatever you want to say, well then he looks like he's fucking 21,
Yeah,
right?
because he doesn't look like you or I used to look, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, no, wait a minute.
Well, considering the guy that's 33 that pitches for me looks like he's 16.
Yeah.
I mean, he's...
Yeah, I'm with you. So I think that's part of the controversy, and
Yes.
and I understand that, and actually,
And I didn't know that, and I'm sure a lot of people didn't know that your team came in and there was waivers established for these
Right.
guys.
Exactly.
Right.
So
And it should have been brought up. And
I mean,
and sometimes the managers don't tell their players
that too. Good point.
Yeah.
what's going on.
Good
They
point.
just look at it and say, well, why is that guy getting to play? And I get that, but managers need to do their job when it's brought up to them. No, they're all legal. They were brought here
Right.
to play as a team.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I mean, at the end of the day, we all want to do what's right, and when we don't have the right information, things spread and gets said. Although what's his name? Fucking Ronte's always Ronte's always at the fucking butt of all the fucking controversy. But if you remember the last game we played, right? we're winning. I know the game didn't fucking matter, right? I get it. It didn't fucking matter, right? But hey, we're winning, right? I want to come in winning, right? Leave winning, right? I want to leave winning.
Play to win, right?
Play to win, right? And then Bennett goes up, which I know Bennett from the other league, and I'm like, hey, is Bennett 30? I'm like, I don't fucking know he's 30, right? Okay, well, kid's 26, right? So I buzz fucking Ronte's balls. I'm like, hey, Ronte, why the fuck you bring Bennett to fucking play? He goes, man, that game didn't matter. Oh, it didn't matter to you, motherfucker, but it mattered to me. I would have had one more fucking win. And here's the thing. Here's what's funny. You would have never... at that point, I think he was 0 for 2. I think Bennett was 0 for 2.
Yeah,
he wasn't doing anything.
He wasn't doing anything.
And then he hits that fucking grand slam. I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
But that's funny how, like, okay, we got an underage guy, and he just beat us.
Yeah.
He just hit a grand slam and won the game.
Yeah.
And it always becomes a thing, because here's the thing. If Bennett goes 0 for 3, we're not even happy.
No,
we're not even talking about it. Like, fucking, who cares? Who gives a fuck? Like, he didn't do anything for you, right? But
when he wins the game, that's when you're going to say something. I mean, that's like we talked about umpires, right? You're not going to say anything if it doesn't go your way, or it does go your way. You're going to let it slide.
Yeah,
exactly.
You're going to let it slide.
But if it hurts you, you're going to be the first to hear about it.
Hey, motherfucker, this one. So when I told Ronte,
Got your age right here. Look at this.
When I told Ronte, I said, yes, it didn't matter for seeding, right? The seeding was already done. I get all that shit, man. I said, but
It's a confidence thing.
I was like, dude, we could have had one more fucking win. Now I'm looking at our record like, oh man, I got another fucking loss. So, but anyways, it was fun. But I appreciate you clearing that up, and it does make sense, of that hey, you've already ran him by the league. It was done, and like you said, the manager didn't necessarily translate it to everybody else. That's not your issue. It was already on the up and up. And of course, you guys staying on kind of helped. The league a little bit, because obviously we had a little bit more. I mean, we're down to what, 6? Or was it 6?
Well, there was 5. Now we have 7.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, when I started in the 30, there was 8. Now we're down to... We got down to 5.
And back to 8,
and now
7.
back to 6, 7.
6, 7, right.
I thought at one point there was like 10. When you and I started.
And that'd be before my time.
Oh, well, then never mind.
In the 30.
Okay.
Yeah, it might have been there, but
okay. It could have
8
been
to 10 is close enough. But it was pretty big. It was pretty big, and I just I don't know what would happen, but
I think keeping the competition level up is going to help keep teams alive, and that's what we got to do.
Yeah.
Is keep every team competitive. And it'll be okay.
It was definitely competitive. I mean, you guys, you guys improved. I mean, we're finally fucking beating the Thunder. Shit.
Yeah.
Fucking. Now you're able to say, hey man, we beat the Thunder and shit like that. So I think it was a good.
And then we get put out by the last place team. So that just goes to show you.
Like, we don't deserve to be here. We're just a fluke, right? We're just garbage. So I think that. This season was good. I think the season was good. You guys did very well, battled back. I mean, congratulations to the Thunder and shit for another one. But I told Carlos, every fucking season we're coming for you, man. Like I'm trying to beat you, and it's no disrespect to you, but you're the team to beat, and then you guys will be the team to beat too. Like, hey, I want to beat the,
because you had a better record.
We had the better record.
Yeah.
But it's baseball.
Yeah. But you were the team to beat, really, because we had already beaten the Thunder twice. We didn't beat you guys at all, and it's like, well, they're the team to beat, in my view. But when the Thunder gets the playoff, they're a different team.
Yeah. I mean, they're a tough team. They're a tough team, but they're beatable because we did it twice.
Again, any team in this division can win at any given game. It can happen,
and that's what I like about it, right? I mean, because before, were you around with what the fuck was that team I told you Houston HBA, or I forgot the name of the team, but they used to be this team, man. I think they went like 2 or 3 seasons undefeated, man. And I loved playing them because I wanted to beat them. I wanted to be I wanted to be the one. Hey, I helped beat you guys. But unfortunately, never got to say that. They always beat us. So, but you know, it is what it is. But I enjoy the competition, and we're taking the season off the season, and maybe we'll see each other in the summer, fall, whatever, or summer, spring, and see where it goes from there. But you guys are still in it, right?
We're still playing.
Okay.
Hopefully the outcome's a little better this time, but
that's what you want.
We'll keep battling. We still have the pitching staff, which is where we excel.
Pitching is where it's at. I mean, right? And you guys do have good pitching. I mean, you know, Nick has some good stuff. You know, he's a warrior, man. So
yeah, you got Michael, Nick, Joseph, Greg.
Yeah,
all four of them. I think their ERAs were under 2.
Yeah.
All four of them.
Sweet.
So that's tough to overcome as a team coming in against us. So, you know, we had our bad breaks in the playoffs, and hey, we'll come back and battle better this season.
Well, at least you didn't lose to the fucking Cyclones like we did.
Yeah.
Hey, we tried.
What's funny is they didn't
My bad, Dean.
They didn't want to win.
No, that's what made it fucking worse.
Yeah.
They goes, man, we didn't want to win. Like, we didn't want to go to the next level. Like, why? We know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
They fucking beat us. I think I was out of town. I don't know where the fuck I was, but I didn't get to make it. I'm like, we lost to the we fucking deserve to fucking lose and not be. They're competing with the Panthers and the fucking Thunder. But hey, it is what it is. And
but it that season really drug on. So many rainouts. It's like,
oh my God.
It was like, okay, enough's enough.
That was the brutal part for us.
Yeah.
Is we got into vacations.
Yep. That time of the year.
It's tough.
Yeah, it's tough, but.
Well, I wanted to bring that up, so I know everyone.
We got it out. We got it out, and I
appreciate
you coming to the show. Appreciate you toughing it out for 2 hours and 25 minutes. Plus, Dale is our first guest to come here early. I gave everybody 7 to 7:30. Dale said, "Fuck it, I'll be there at 6:30."
That's that baseball mentality.
It is.
Get there, warm up.
But it's also old school. It's how people were raised. Get there early, right? So so we said we chopped it up for 2 hours. We talked baseball. That's all we did was talk about fucking baseball. So it was good. It was a good talk. Appreciate you coming on. Any last words, Cody?
Play safe, play smart, play fair.
Oh, play fair. Dale, I don't know if you take the shot at Dale.
That is not directed at you.
Well, thanks for having me, guys.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate you being here.
All right, everybody. Good night.
Good night.